Oh shit. Hi. What's going on, everybody? Happy Taco, literally Taco Tuesday. We have taco on tonight. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Let's Chat with Trinity Black on this Tuesday. Do you have your tacos and tequila or whatever y'all do on Tuesdays? If not, go grab them. Make sure you share the live. We always like you to share the live to the people so they can get it out. Um, and they can hear the stories of our entertainers. What is going on in the world? Hello, Yasha, my sister, my Black America sister, and I think that's the only thing we have together is Black America. So we're gonna have to find you another system, or I'm gonna have to find me another system to be a part of, so we can say we sisters of that system too. Hey, Shalonda. So in news, what's going on? So if you are in town in Atlanta, Georgia on Sunday, it is Christopher Higgins. He is a Black America owner, and he's been with the system for over 30 years now. It's storming outside. Is it storming where y'all are? Let me know. He is having his 60th birthday party on this diet child. Caesar salad. Okay, I got a sub. He's having his 60th birthday party. We'll be at the Mix on Sunday at 5 p.m. It's a star-studded show. So if you are in Atlanta, come out and support and honor Chris Higgins as he makes it. Well, today is actually his birthday, so make sure you go to his page, his inbox, and shout him out. But the party will be this Sunday with a fabulous lineup of entertainers. I don't know everyone that's entertainer, but I know we have the People's Queen, the People's National Queen, Amaya Glamazon. I think we have Exotic on the list. It's so many. It's like so many people. So just come out and support. I hope there's cake. Other than that, what's going on in the world? So that's Sunday, the 19th. And then next Sunday in Atlanta, the 24th, 25th, and 26th will be Ebony International, honoring Chastity Ross, as well as Pierre Ross Santi, and the newcomers, I believe it's Kaylin and Raven. So if you are interested in that, you still have time to get ready for Ebony presentation. Has changed to creative black, creative white, or a combination of both. I think there is interview, talent, gowns, sportswear, and I want to say question. I'm not sure. But you have plenty of time. If you have that in your closet, just come on and support Ebony International. I'll be there representing as a former as well as the People's National Grand Madam. Speaking of that, there's 19 days left in this reign. Y'all just don't know. It has been a journey. It has been an adventure, but I am ready to go. And so, if you are in the Concord, Charlotte, North Carolina area, if you want to come support myself, Rico, as well as Amaya and the People's Brand, it will be August the 2nd in Concord, North Carolina, which is right outside of Charlotte. So it's like a 15-minute drive if you want to stay in Charlotte or fly into Charlotte. It will be a star-studded show. We are excited about that. We're excited about the potential contestants because everyone is a potential until they actually hit crowning. Because see, people come to registration and they might do interview, but they don't show up. So until you get the crown, you are still a potential contestant. Because we know people have showed up for registrations and didn't show up for the pageant. And so it should be a great night. I'm excited to see who's going to be the next representatives for this system. This was the first year on a national level, so it was a lot of learning from everyone, including the court as well as the owners. So whoever comes behind us, you're in for a treat. And that is on the 24th, 20. No, I'm sorry, on August the 2nd. Somebody just sent me a message. MBU prelim Love State will be July the 19th, this Sunday as well, honoring Katrina Davenport Dupree, Portia Paris, and Cairo Braxton Hall. So go out. If you're in Virginia, go support them. MBU has been around for 30 plus years, and they're still the premier black pageant, or at least one of them. So we want to support those people. So support my sister and my brother and all of that. Also, I have two more episodes after this tonight, and I'm gonna take about a 6-minute break. I have a preliminary I'm doing, so I'm trying to prepare for that, and I just need to mentally, get myself. We have been whenever y'all hear me say we, I always am referencing when Wendell was on the show. So forgive me, but I have been doing this for over almost 3 years now. So it can get a little overwhelming sometimes. And then people get mad at you because you didn't interview them. And then you be like, it wasn't like that. So we have two more entertainers for this month. And then I'll probably take about a 6 week break. Let me get my prelim out the way, and then we'll go from there. But he is ready, guys. We have Taco Tuesday. He is our guest, Valentino Lord. Please share the live so that everyone can watch this. It is on YouTube. It will be on Facebook for 30 days, YouTube for forever. And so we're going to go ahead and bring on our guest. This should be a very interesting. I hope you don't cuss me out with the questions, but my brother know. He watches. He know what I give. So y'all welcome Valentino.
Hello, hello.
Are you sober?
I am. I think I need to go get a glass of wine. I am. I have a lot of head congestion. I've been fighting this since yesterday.
So will the wine bring out certain ounces?
I'm real, so wine or not, I'm gonna speak.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Gosh. Okay.
You got it.
I think.
Okay. The Val doll. Don't be like your dad.
I will not be. And I'm trying to share it, but I don't know why. But
you got to share from
you.
Like the share button from my page or from your page when I tagged you.
Oh, okay, cool deal.
It's in a Black America group already.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Well, first, of course, thank you for coming on. You know, you're one of the entertainers that some people have requested. You have been on, I think, 2 or 3 Mount Rushmores. And you've been in the game long enough that your story deserves to be heard as well as told from you. When we started this, we did our plan was only once a month and to speak during our reign to icons who we consider icons and legends. It kind of blew up and we had to pivot a little bit. So we don't just say icons and legends. We also want to get our veterans in that have been in the game and know the game. And, you know, you're definitely that. So thank you for giving me this hour or so of your time. I know that you're a busy man. You was at a conference today?
We had our professional development for the leaders. So we always have like PDs for like a week or so before our staff come. And then 2 weeks later, our students enter the campus. Okay. So yeah, it was intense. I was like,
yeah. We'll get to definitely your occupation because I'm so intrigued, you know, with education. But let me ask you this. You know, we are living in some crazy times, Taco. And you know, you a fun person. You seem not to let things get to you, or at least that's what I perceive of you. It's like, good, whatever. How are you dealing with so much adversity we're going through with our administration? How do you balance daily when you see certain things happening? Them trying to erase Black history, trying to take some of the people that you love rights away from you as well as your own. How do you navigate through these times?
I think for me, to the core, I just put it in my mind that it's only 4 years. Like, get through these 4 years and the change is coming. But I also know that what's in history can't be rewritten. And so while administration may say one thing, we're going to always do our best. And I'm talking about educators in the New Orleans educational landscape, do our best to make sure our students are always informed and success, set up for success, and not just during school, but post-secondary. So it is crazy. Even right now, we're up against legislation where they don't even want to give budget stipends to teachers. And like, we're fighting that battle. It's hard to get educators and passionate people to do this work. It looks totally different from when we were in school. We deal with a lot. We used to be able to call the parents, and the parents come in there and they're on our side and they understand the level of disrespect, the students' lack of commitment. But now it's parents and students against teachers and men. So it's a lot, but just staying rooted and grounded in what we know to come and what we know to be true.
Gotcha. Okay. So we always start from the beginning because that's where the story has to start. I want you to take us back to life as a child, growing up.
Yes.
What were you in? Oh, good. What were you involved in? What was life for you before we even thought of you becoming this entity of Taco or of Valentino?
Oh gosh, life for me as a child was excellent. In terms of like opportunities and exposure that I got. I was in dance school since the age of 7. I literally marched since fifth grade. I played the clarinet. And
Mm.
then when I got to high school, I transitioned to the color guard for 2 years. And our band director, he was like, y'all cutting up too bad on that color guard. You guys need more discipline. So I had to get back. He put us all back into the band.
Mhm.
But I've always been involved in the arts and things like that. In terms of home, I came originally, it was a two-parent home. But then my dad, he went away for 24 years. You know, the game.
Mhm.
And so my mom was forced to still do and provide us with the lifestyle. I have two siblings, two younger siblings. I'm the eldest. My sisters, Monique and Ishette, provide us with the lifestyle that we have became accustomed to, and just to keep us rooted in education, right? Letting us know
Mhm.
that, like, although this happened, like, you can still persevere and push through. I was always rooted in church. My grandmother is a first lady, twice. She married two pastors, my mom's mom. And my dad's dad is a Jehovah's Witness pastor still to this day in
Oh.
Donaldsonville, Louisiana. So my faith is very big. I was rooted in the word. Again, lover of the arts, always did things. I was the house that all my friends came to. I was the one who mom was going to bring everyone home, pick everyone up. I had a really good childhood, minus the incidents here and there with, you know, just dealing with my dad in and out of the penal system. But for the most
Right.
part, I had a really, really good childhood and upbringing.
Okay, so let's unpack some of the things you said. Clarinet. Now that's typically the girls' thing to play. Were you ever picked on for being a clarinet player?
No, like Trinity, like Taco has always been Taco.
Okay.
Well, my family calls me Slugger. So if anyone who knows me, you'll hear someone say Slugger. That's my family name, because I was troubled. I was problematic. I fought a lot or whatever. But
Not
like,
much has changed.
uh,
I'm playing,
I
brother.
didn't
Go ahead.
really go through, like, you know, being bullied. Like, honest to God, I didn't experience that. I went to a legacy high school in New Orleans.
Mhm.
Premier band, premier athletics. My class had 400 and something graduates, but
Mhm.
most popular, best dressed, like all of these things in your book. I just, that wasn't my plight. I think it was probably because I was always authentic to who I was, right? I never wanted girlfriends. I never played around, you know, like acting, giving up a side, like this is who I am. Even with
Mhm.
the guys, like anyone would tell you, I was always Taco. I'm gonna have my school uniform on. I'm gonna have the red belt, the red socks, the red backpack, the red
Mhm.
whatever. I was
Right.
always. I wasn't. I don't want to say like ostentatious or flamboyant.
Mhm.
I think like as the years progressed, I got even more comfortable. But
Mhm.
I was always true in my skin, you know.
Okay.
And now that was a challenge for my dad, right? Like me
Right.
being who I am.
Mhm.
And so now, like, I think the ramifications of that relationship, you know, he's out now. He's been out almost 3 years, and he comes around and like he'll come cut my grass, he'll wash my car, and you know, he still has a connection with my mom. They still talking, have a good bond. But I guess like some of the trauma from the childhood, just like the acceptance piece, I don't have an issue with letting go, but I've kind of like put a barrier up, like to keep a safe distance, like you stay
Mhm.
here and I'm going to operate here. He's came to a show.
Mhm.
I was recently king for a second line organization here, a social aid and pleasure club. He came to the parties and stuff. So there's work, but I don't know. I want to be 100% vested in myself first before I let little people who I felt caused harm back into my life in a certain capacity, if that makes sense.
What was the biggest like challenge of you as a child or teen whenever he went into the penal system? What did you find most, effective for towards you? How did it affect you the
In
most?
terms of like what? Give me a little more context.
In terms of like maybe your ability to trust other men, first and foremost.
Oh yeah, so but my that's what I'm saying. Like my uncles so have a large family. My
Okay.
mom is the fourth of seven on her mom's side, and there's like 11 on her dad's side, right?
Hmm.
So I've always had uncles. Like my uncles were, two of them were like one was a Mardi Gras Indian, the other one was a member of a social aid and pleasure club. So I never like what I lacked from my dad or missed from my dad, like my Uncle Herbert gave, my Uncle Reginald gave,
Okay.
my Uncle House gave, you know. So I didn't feel the absence of a male figure because my
Mhm.
mom and grandmother were always on top of it. Like my mom was a housekeeping supervisor for 18 years before she went back to start her little journey in the medical field. But my whole pre-K 8 all the way through high school, my mom, she did hospitality. She was in hospitality industry.
Mhm.
So like whatever circumstances that we were impacted by my dad, my mom still made sure we always was afloat. Like she kept her job
Mhm.
despite she never, you know. So I wasn't really impacted. I think the trauma for me was just this one experience with my dad. Where he was like really, really upset, like, why y'all letting this boy twirl batons and all that? And he kicked me in my chest. And so like that is a pain that I just, cause now I'm at the point where I'm like, bitch, I
Right.
wanna,
You want to fight?
bitch,
Yeah.
bitch, I wanna, cause these work. But
Hmm.
just letting it go, right?
Hmm.
Understanding that like that was what was known in New Orleans, like you just wasn't gonna be gay. And if
Right.
you were gay, you ended up dead or you ran from bullets a lot. It was
Right.
so much trauma to unpack and
Mm.
um but I never let it impact me. Honestly, Trinity, I never cared. Like
Oh, okay. With y'all being in a good place, was that through therapy, or was that through time, or was that through a conversation that you and
it's
he
through my
had?
mom trying to force a child. It's
Okay.
you know, she'll
Yeah.
be like, your dad said hi, your dad came over, your dad, and I'd be like, okay. Um, and at one point, my middle sibling, she would try as well, but I think she kind of got on. Like, I just, if it happens, let it happen organically. No one is going to force me. I'm 41 years old. Like, you're not going to for, ah, force me to forge a relationship at this
Mhm.
point in my life. I'm like, I hope I'm not midway through life, but I've lived a great deal of life as we know it, right? So
Right.
I'm okay if it works out and we build something, but I'm also great if we don't. Like,
Okay. You mentioned that one of your grandparents was Jehovah Witness. Now, did they ever try to convert you over to that religion?
no, I literally saw my dad's, like when we were younger, we would travel to Donaldsonville. That's like roughly an hour away from here. But once my dad, of course, went away, so my dad got his mom died on New Year's Day, 1999, my freshman year in high school, and he went away April 1999, like my freshman year, right? So, and that's when they gave him like serious time. So from like literally since 1999 to now, I haven't seen my granddad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but my sisters, they they visit and they have a relationship. They've kept in touch. For me, I'm big on like just boundaries, Trinity. Honestly, like although it was nothing from them, we never really had no relationship. I was a child. I saw you guys sparingly here and there. Um, so it's crazy. I know who he is. He know who I am. Maybe a month ago, my dad was here and he was on the phone with him and he spoke and he talked and he was like, "I would love to see you." And I just said like in time, in time.
Well, this Taco, we're only here for so long.
I know, I know. Listen, that's an area of growth for me, right? I always
Okay.
look at life
Okay.
like refinement and reinforcement. That's
Okay.
a refinement area for me because sometimes it's hard for me to let certain things go.
Hmm.
Especially I felt like I was a child, like I didn't deserve it. I felt like when we talk about being a man and you wanted me to be a man, then a man would have done certain things. It's no hate, maybe in time, but
Okay.
yeah, I have a
On
hard
your
time.
time. On your
Yes,
time.
I have a
Okay.
hard time moving past certain situations in life.
Now, Grandma done married both the pastors. Now, how did that happen?
Girl, listen, so
Did the
it's
pastors
crazy.
know of each other?
I don't know. Like,
Okay.
so I don't think so. So my mom, literally, after my uncle, who's right under her, he was killed. They all have the same dads, and their dad, Reverend Aldrich Allen, he was a pastor. But then my grandpa, because I had like great now those I loved both of my grandpas on my
Mm.
mom's side. Those James he was a pastor, and I was like, grandmother, how did this happen? And if anybody knows my family, they'd be like, oh baby, we clown. Like my grandmother used to drink.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
My
okay.
grandmother smoked cigarettes. She went to Las Vegas once a year and on a cruise once a year. She loved to gamble. Like it was just weird, but my grandmother was so real. Like Trinity, if I show you guys my bedroom, you're gonna be like, he created a shrine of his grandmother. I have her obituary framed. I have her old ID from, she's a retired anesthesiologist. Um,
Oh,
yes, so I have
yeah.
her nursing ID. I have like all of the photos from me and her. It's hard that when Katrina happened, we lost like so many memories. Like I lost my high school yearbook, my class ring, my diploma, my band jacket, like everything, all of my childhood memories, baby photos, everything. So the things that we were able to salvage,
Mm-hmm.
I kept.
You kept. It seems like you grew up pretty much, in one of those homes that was had a very decent life. But you always hear, or we always hear, how New Orleans is so bad and so crime. Did you face any of that growing up as a
Oh,
child?
absolutely. I never lived in a decent neighborhood until we moved with my grandmother, right?
Okay.
So I'm from the third ward. So like on most of my pictures, people always ask, "Are you a Q?" I'm not a Q. I do this for our hood, the
Mm-hmm.
third ward. But up until my dad's last stint, and my mom really wanted a fresh start, we moved in with my grandmother. And
Okay.
so she lived in what is considered the seventh ward, and she owned her home. And she lived in a pretty nice neighborhood and
Okay.
everything. But for me, we always had a nice house, nice home, but the like Sixth and LaSalle, Baron Street, Clio, like it was crime written, right? All of my schools, literally all the way through high school, were um, heavy urban populated schools. Peters, Fitzhoward, Fauché, E.B. White, like if you name those schools, they're gonna be like, oh baby, those schools were bad,
So
But I loved my schools.
you said third ward, you said seventh ward. So is it numbers, first ward, second ward, third ward, fourth ward? Is that how
It's
it goes?
weird. So we have what we call precincts, but the wards are so mixed up. Like technically, the third ward would probably be somewhere like Gentilly, but I don't know, we do it by projects.
Okay.
But we don't have a first ward, we don't have a second, we have a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. We don't have a 14th. We have a 15th, which is the West Bank, which we don't consider New Orleans. I'm just joking, but we call that 1.5. We
Okay.
don't have a 16th, and the last ward we have is the 17th. It's a very
Y'all just skipping numbers and these children trying to.
very very illiterate about the situation, right?
Yes.
Very.
My mom is from New Iberia. And
Come
so
on, that's right up the road.
her and my dad met at Grambling. So I was originally born in
Come
New
on,
Iberia and
Grambling.
then we
But
moved.
listen,
And
time to set up a
they would
child.
always talk about that. So my cousin went to Dillard. And so she
Come
would
on,
always talk about
DU.
Dillard and the third ward. I'm like, girl, what is these wars? And of course,
So Dillard is considered the 7th ward because
okay. Okay.
it's downtown and it's considered the 7th ward. Southern University, which most people don't know, but Southern University Baton Rouge derived from Southern University New Orleans.
Right.
So
Okay.
Southern University was the very first system of Southern University, and then they branched off and they created the Baton Rouge extension.
Okay.
But so Southern University here, Dillard, they're both in the UNO, University of New Orleans. They're all in what we consider the 7th ward.
Where's Xavier? What's ward
Xavier is in the 17th.
Okay. Okay. I went when I came to King and Queen. I went and toured it.
Tulane is considered. Tulane is in the 17th. Loyola is in the 17th. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. All right. So so you done played the clarinet, then you done went back and you done twirled the flag.
Now they would say like, oh, he like blowing that wood. They would.
Now see, I wasn't even gonna say that, but you just told on yourself.
They would be like, he blow that wood, and I do remember like one time my uncle I have my uncle Reginald, God bless his soul. He just did not care. He said, "Motherfucker, you couldn't grab no cymbals. I know you were small, but you couldn't play no cymbals. Got that fucking thing. You might as well grab the flute." I just used to be weak.
Oh my God.
Every parade, I have either one of them on the side of me, they're marching and chaperoning, and hundreds of them screaming. But yeah, clarinet girl.
Katrina said basically your high school was East Side High. Would it be?
Katrina, it could never be East Side High. We have prominent figures that came from DLC Fauché Senior
I
High
think she
School.
getting you mixed up with,
No, let me
Milton.
tell you. So listen, my high school was problematic because it was a war thing, to your point.
Right.
Like, if you were from the third ward, you stayed on this side of the quad. If you were from the 17th, you stayed on that side. So like there was a lot of fighting. And my high school, and people in New Orleans, they will tell you, I went to the most prettiest, most beautiful high school ever. It was a white school, and it integrated in the early 1960s.
Okay.
And our reunion weekend is this weekend, so I'm excited. That's why I won't be at Supreme. But once they integrated, the community didn't want they no longer wanted for shit to be in that space, and so they fought tooth and nails to get us coloreds out of there. But we have one of the nation's best attorneys, Morris Bark. He's an alumni from LC Fauché. Aeneas Williams, Baby, Juvenile, Turk. Yeah, like we had the people.
Okay.
Mr. Carter, Edward Taco.
Yes. So there you have no East Side High. They're not singing in the bathroom. Oh, East Side High.
I mean, there was stuff happening in the bathroom, just wasn't singing.
Not Taco.
Listen, not me.
Not sure. So you done play the clarinet, you done tour the flags, you in the arts, you graduate with 400 plus students. What was life post graduation, high school?
It was just starting for me. So I enrolled in Southern Baton Rouge, did a semester. Then I came back because I wanted to major in forensic psychology.
Okay.
And I came back, but my credits would automatically transfer to the Southern system here. So I transferred there. Literally, oh my God, Trinity. The semester, I'm lying. The year I was receiving my associates, I had been out of high school roughly 2 years after Katrina. Katrina happened. We were literally in school like 2 weeks, and we were displaced. I went to Fort Worth. Me, my mom, my grandmother, we went to Fort Worth. My sisters, they went to Houston. And Southern reached out and said that if we were interested, we could go to any one of the campuses starting January, either the Shreveport, the Baton Rouge, or the New Orleans. And they were going to provide trailers. So, of course, I wanted to get home. I came back home. We lived in the Marriott on Canal Street for like 5 months. Then we received our trailer. We were in the trailer almost a year. But I wanted to finish my degree, right? So I ended up receiving my associates in 2007. I got my double bachelor's in 2009 and my master's in 2011. I started education in 2007. As soon as I received my associates, I got an opportunity to teach, and I thought it was going to be easy. I was never supposed to be an educator. I was never. Well, I can't say because I can't say what God has already written for my life.
That was
never
not what you
my
went to school
plans.
for.
I never saw myself working with children, and so I ended up liking it after a year. And the principal at that time, Dr. Renee Lewis Carter, she said, because it was kind of like a internship, but it was paid. I kind of shadowed other teachers that year, and I was just kind of getting my feet wet. And I was like, okay, I like it. And she was like, well, we have a full-time English ELA position. What are your thoughts? And I was like, oh my God. And at that time, you had to teach multiple grade levels. So I was like, oh, that's going to be 3 preps, 6, 7, and 8. The curriculum looks different. But I ended up doing that for 3.5 more years. And then I got promoted to my first leadership role. And I became the school's first fine arts director. And I did that for 4 more years. And I resigned to take a position with Playworks Education as a program manager, which was outside of the schools. And I did that for like a year, and I didn't like it. And I went literally back to the school that I left. And that it was pre-K8. And then I got a call from my current CEO, and he was like, "What are your thoughts about coming to CAR and being a leader?" And I was like, "Wait, CAR? Like this is #1 high school in the state, public high school in the state." Football championships, renowned band, like me. And so I took that opportunity, and I worked at CAR for years, and then I left to go be head principal at Reed. And then I came back to the network to be an academy principal. So I bounced a little. I did 11 years at Berman. Um, this upcoming year be year 8 or 9 at Inspired. Yeah, because I took 2 off. Yeah. And I did something stupid when I left because I didn't think I was coming back to education. I withdrew some of my retirement. Trinity. I took down like $1,800. I mean $18,000. And I got fined because I was vetted after 5 years. We have TRSL, Teachers Retirement, State of Louisiana. So I was fined like $4,000. And so now if I want to retire, you can retire in education here, 25 years or 55. Now I would have gotten my 25 way before 55. But the only
Yes.
way that will happen is if I pay back into it. So I'm really thinking through that, like, because I wanna get into like journalism,
Yeah.
so I'm
You
thinking about paying
you
into
did
it.
that and you was on your tenure.
Girl,
What?
babe, that's when I was ramshacking them packages, girl, spinning package after package.
Oh, we'll definitely, most definitely get to
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
foolishly.
that 25 would have hit you. I remember my mom, she didn't give them a day after 25.
Me either. Tell mom, give
She
me
was in
some
her
love.
40s. She was retired in
That's
her
how
40s.
I'm gonna be. I'm literally 41. This year will make. This is year 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
started in
you would have been
2018.
done. You would have been way before 50. Well,
Yes.
we definitely, like I was saying when we had Jawakatima on, we always give thanks to and praises to the soldiers that are in the military. But I think it's important to give thanks to the teachers and the educators, but not just them, but most of our black males, because that y'all go through a lot as a black male, just being a teacher, period. So thank you for being so consistent and diligent. I wanted you to come do people's, and the first thing you said was, I got to be in school Monday morning. I
Yes,
got to see my
because
I got to be
listen,
in
and I
school.
don't think I would ever. It's disheartening. I don't think I'll ever be able to compete for people as long as I'm
As long
in
as
this
it's
career.
doing
Because
that,
we
yeah,
literally, our students literally come back the very first day of
yeah.
August.
Yeah.
That
And
first
so we
Monday.
definitely appreciate your diligence. But I have one question for you. All of those years in education and all of those degrees, when are we going to get this doctorate?
So here's the thing. I can I share with a few people, but I
Okay.
was accepted into Ole Miss doctoral program. But because I registered after March, I would have to wait a whole year. And
Okay.
I'm an individual that if I don't do it now while I'm trying to find time and a balance, I won't do it.
True.
The capacity in which I serve, the doctoral is just you calling me doctor. It doesn't add more weight. It doesn't add more salary. We work in charter schools, right? And so it's
Mm,
about your experience opposed to the rigor, the academia, which when I first got into education, that was my aspiration, which is
mm.
why I didn't stop. I literally got my degrees back to back to
Back to
back to
back.
back. I
Mhm.
went summers throughout. Like I literally had my master's in 4 degrees at 24.
Right.
So
Oh,
25,
that's good.
25, 25,
You were
because
definitely
I
back to
was
back.
determined, right? I was determined. But it was exhausting. When I think about committing to something, I do feel like it would be part of a challenge for me just because of the work I do now. And I don't get to come home and turn off my phone. Like that work phone stays on. Like that's part of our contract, our MOU. Like we are 24/7 servants to our job. Like this Sunday, can't go to Supreme. It's my reunion, but also I have to go to this event our network is sponsoring called Suits and Sundresses. So it's
Mhm.
always like something going on, all these
Right.
NOLA love rallies. I don't have the time. If I do pursue, if I decide to like move forward with it, um, it'll be fulfillment in a sense,
Hmm.
but do I actually see me utilizing it? Um, I guess my dream now, one of my dreams would be to lead a HBCU. And
Mm-hmm.
so that would be part of that journey toward it, right? Of course, you have to have
Yeah.
your doctorate.
Any type of yeah.
So, right. So that level of expertise and notoriety would be the purpose. But
Right.
to now, like,
And you're still, and the thing is, you're still young, so it's not like
yeah,
you're almost out. My question to you is, being someone that is very educated and you have worked for all of your degrees, how do you feel when you see someone getting these honorary
honorary
doctorates?
degrees.
Mhm.
Oh Lord, I don't know who's on here, but I'm So I think when it comes to like the entertainers, right, in the art and fashion industry, and like when you're giving like Missy and Jay-Z and all of them because of their contribution, the honorary doctorates.
Mm.
But it's a slap in my face as an educator if you give an honorary doctorate in education to someone who's never stepped foot in a classroom one day
Right.
in any regard. It's beyond community service. It's beyond humanity. It's like we do some intense work. Like
Mm.
there are days like I'm on zero today. Excuse me. I was so happy I was able to come home and take a nap because originally I was going to go to a place and have tacos and like do it there. And my friend Bree, she was like, "Yeah, I'll come with you and we'll do." But I was so burned out and I already wasn't feeling well. Like just thinking about. So the first days for leaders are always reflective days, and we always think about like where do we grow and what are we improving upon. But this year, today was a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally like, so as long as I've been in education, our goal was always students mastery or beyond. Now they literally flat out said today like mastery just isn't the mark,
Mm-hmm.
like advance or nothing. So like that's a serious work, right?
Right.
That you have
Right.
to do and put in. So I don't slight it. I don't think ill of it, but I don't sometimes feel like it's warrant to people like shit. You're gonna honor, give it to someone, give it to the people who's done the work, you know,
Right.
not
Right.
just that's like you giving Trinity a doctoral degree in mass communication because she's had a successful podcast for the last 2-3 years. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but what
Yeah.
about these journalisms who've gotten Emmy nominations and all of these
Yes.
things, and we just, oh, you
Exactly.
know, so I don't know, but I don't
Yeah.
hate on anyone, right? I think
Right.
success looks different for everyone, and
Mm-hmm.
that could be what that person needs. But for me, nothing was given to me, so
Right.
earning is a beautiful moment because nobody can take that, and
Right.
obtaining it on your own says that you can sit in any space with anyone because you've
Mm-hmm.
earned it. You can't tell
Mm-hmm.
me about education because I've walked this journey. That's
Mm-hmm.
like me going to tell someone, a captain on the flight, no, the way you landed or extended was wrong. Because, like, what?
And
But
I done learned this. While in undergrad or even post undergrad, while getting your master's or even post that, was it ever a desire to pledge?
girl, this what I get. Oh my God, this what a. So listen, I'm gonna say it
Because
now
I'm gonna
because
tell you what I see you as, but you go ahead and tell
a
the
lot of
story.
people say Q, but I was gonna be an alpha. So let
Yeah,
me
I
tell
saw
you.
you as an alpha. Period.
Listen, so what happened was I don't know if you saw it, but most people know that I was actually the captain of the dance team for Suno
Okay.
for 5 years, all the
Uh-huh.
way through my master's. I danced because we received the scholarship as well. You know, in college, cheer and dance is considered athletics.
Right.
And I had a friend. Well, I'm also a turtle. I don't know if you ever heard of turtles, like
Mm-hmm.
this organization,
Okay.
but I'm a turtle, and most of my brothers are members of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Right.
So I went through everything. I got my money order, I got my fines, I learned the Invictus. But the day of after the informational, I received a text like, "Hey, we have to be here, blank, blank, blank." I was gonna be in dance practice. So listen, but here's the thing: that when I spoke with the guy, they never judged, and I appreciate that. They
Uh-huh.
didn't judge like, "Oh, nigga, you dancing like you." Their issue was I'm missing important
You're
information.
missing shop.
But I already know Dr. Teresa Phillips. If I'm not in that gym changing at 7, I'm putting my scholarship at jeopardy.
Right.
And so I wish there was a time for me to revisit it. I was gonna do grad chapter,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like, no, because I started hearing the things about like people like, oh, well, they don't look at you. It's kind of like an honorary degree, right? People feel like if you go through the grad chapter, you didn't earn it to a sense, if that makes sense. So I was like, then I thought
Well,
about it.
it's so many ways to look at it because it could be that they were not on the yard for undergrad, so I have to go through
Right.
grad. or they were suspended. So I wouldn't necessarily look at it as this you didn't earn it. You're going to go through a process. Now, you may not get
Right.
beat,
It may not be as
but
strenuous as
yeah.
the other. I literally had someone reach out about another one. Now I was considered. I'm still honestly kind of considering it.
I think that that would be a I'm always the one that's saying go to HBCU and pledge. I always tell people this.
Absolutely.
And so I definitely can see you being an alpha. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of you is alpha. Just because and it has nothing to do with aesthetics. It's just because of the person that you are.
The scholar.
Yeah, and so that's why I asked, was that ever something on your radar? But now that you said, you had to protect your scholarship, that was totally understandable because no need for you to be over here,
And when I tell you, even the
strolling,
young
and
ladies,
then you ain't got you strolling for nothing.
So many girls on the team wanted to cross. My friend
Yeah.
Shauna, Tara, but none of it was just like, oh my God. It was like pick and choose.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
So really quick, tell us how you was introduced into this art form of male lead.
Girl. So I hated pageants. I hated shows. Paula, Tyra, Millie, Dilly, everybody would tell you I didn't do the gay clubs.
Okay.
So I got in my first openly gay relationship. And he asked me to come to US of A. Now, I had been to pageants. I had been to a few pageants at this time, but he had asked me to come to US of A. And I go to US of A, and Tamisha is our grandmother, not was. Tamisha Iman is my mom's mom in the community. And she was like, oh, yeah, I heard you dance. You're in my opening. So I was like, bitch, what? Girl, what? This lady had us outside of the hotel, Trinity, 4 a.m, working on her opening for Gay US of A. And so when I did the opening or whatever, I was like, oh, that was kind of fun or whatever. Well, came back to New Orleans. He was still residing in Houston. I was in New Orleans. Katie Red had this pageant. I don't know if y'all remember it. It had some little, a little piece with it. Calendar boy, calendar girl.
I think I remember flyers for that.
And she was like, bitch, brother, you should perform, bitch. Bitch, you should perform, ho. I was like, what? She was like, at first I thought she was asking me to do drag. I was like, bitch, I'm not doing drag. She was like, no, bitch, you could be the male. You could do the male lead or whatever. I was like, oh, girl, what? So I called Laren. I was like, oh, my God, Katie want me to perform at her pageant. It's Mother's Day. That's the next week. I was like, she wants me to perform at her pageant. I didn't have a name. I didn't have nothing. So my best friend, he was like, I said, Katie, I can't do it, girl. I don't know what to do. She said, I said, what would be my name? She said, who's your favorite designer? And at that time, it was Valentino.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I said, Valentino. And she was like, bitch, that's your name, dude. And so I remember what I did, girl, the food. But I had danced the people upside down. Girl, I had no shirt on. I had these black Dance Palooza pants. And I had this rainbow little boa thing with they painted my face with the rainbow and put stones and everything. And I did Rick and Martin Cup of Life.
Oh.
And Trinity was at Fusions, Mother's Day 2006. And so this is 20 years for me now, this year.
Yeah.
And so when I got backstage, she was like, bitch, I told you. Oh, bitch, I told you. And bitch, I was looking at that money like, oh, bitch. Oh, girl, this was cute. Well, I talked to Larry, and he was like, I was like, it was great. I was like, I want to do a pageant. So they had this pageant called Gay World National. It used to be it was a nice system at that point. Yesha and Sayez had won the big division in June. It was in Texas. It was in Houston. And the newcomer one was going to be in September. And girl, I was like, I want to do it. And he was like, are you serious? I was like, yes, I want to do the pageant. So I went to my designer who met this Rest Her Soul, Miss Billy. She made my sportswear. She made my presentation. She made my formal wear. And I was like, everybody kept saying, bitch, Jermaine Iman going to win. I would never forget this because he was Liberty Newcomer. And I was like, who is that? So it was Jermaine, and it was, I know it was one boy from Jackson and one from Baton Rouge. Yes, Carlos did EOY against me. So I was like, well, who is this? They was like, girl, they gonna give it to him. He a former Liberty. And I won literally every category except for talent. Because one of my dancers, rest his soul, Percy, he didn't get up on time. And truly, that was my very first newcomer pageant and my only. I went on to do 6 pageants, and I won my first 6 pageants. Let me tell you, when I tell you my life was devastated, I did Louisiana Exquisite. You remember Exquisite?
Mm-hmm.
I did Exquisite, and that year, Neo won. And I was like, bitch, I mean, these people had already been competing for some time, but bitch,
Right.
can't tell me that, like, bitch, I didn't went to Mobile and won. I didn't want these here. No, I was like, bitch, I'm about to be Mr. Exquisite.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I got second runner up. Bitch, I was over. I was like, I'm not doing no motherfucking pageants no more. Because, bitch, they don't know this and that. Bitch, I've been beat them hoes up. So, this is a true story. She'll tell you. Although she on here, but she'll tell you. I wanted to be Mr. Exquisite so bad. I went back the next year and did Mr. Exquisite.
Mm-hmm.
And they crowned K-Vaughn. K-Vaughn won. And, bitch, I flipped the table over. Asked Christopher, my own Paris, France. She was there.
Oh my God.
Ask her. We were at UNO, the University of New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Christopher Iman, I did this neo talent. And he was like, oh my God, that was genius. So I was like, ain't no fucking way them bitches keep playing with me. And bitch, me and my friend and my brother, God bless his soul, Ketron, Imani Dupree, Imani Ketron, bitch, we clown so bad. I wanted to pop my titties so bad. I wanted a piece of Paris. But
now, were you competing in these pageants as Valentino Alexander?
I was. So by that time, yeah, I was I started as Valentino Alexander because once me and Lamb started dating and I did my first show, Jada was like, "Oh, you gonna be my son? You my son too, then." So that's how I became an Alexander from Jada. Okay. Well, on Carrie Fairfield, one day.
Oh, you went back,
girl. Yes. Danny Lord, this is how I became a Lord. Danny messaged me. He was like, I saw you. I can't even remember what pageant it was. He made me call, but he was like, there's something so special about you. I love your fashion sense, and I don't have any children, and I want you to be my son.
Wow.
So before I said yes, we talked more. We actually started talking, and I went to Atlanta for Freddie pageant, The Elegance. I was booked at The Elegance.
Christ. Okay.
And I got to meet Danny in person. This was like 2007. I got to meet him in person, and I fell in love. And so that's how I became a Lord because of Danny.
So did you get cornered for using the Lord name like Giselle did by Raquel?
No, I didn't get cornered because I was official in the Lord. She was, perpetrating a fraud at that time. She'll tell you that though. Giselle.
No, when we interviewed her,
first, I didn't want. She was Giselle. Oh my Lord, right? So at first, I didn't want. Like Danny had spoiled me. Like my daddy would if I was doing a pageant, Danny was covering one of those categories. Like without me asking. Like Danny was, son, what you need? What shoe? Yeah, I would like. And so he was like, I want to talk to you about something. And I was like, what? And now I do know at this time, Eric McCormick was like, Danny and were dating his mom, and so he used to call Eric his child, but it was never really official at that time. But he was like, you're my first child. He was like, I want a daughter, and she reached out or whatever. I was like, and I said, who? And he said Giselle, and I was like, no. And he was like, don't be like that or whatever. But that our bond is like this. Like I love my sister. Like we read each other for filth. It doesn't matter where we are. If it's just us two alone, if I call, she message me, whatever. We read each other for filth. And I'm so glad that I let down my
guard.
I guess jealousy, a potential jealousy, and allow him because he saw something in her as well and wanted her. But I didn't get I was the only. I was telling that to. I think Serenity for so long. I was literally the only male Lord performer.
Right.
The only male that carry Lord. Trey Reese is the Lord, but he doesn't utilize it.
Right.
So it was literally just me, and then
I'm now excited. It's a bunch of y'all.
Yeah. Okay. I live.
But we know who the first is. So we're gonna pin drag right quick and let's get to know Mr. Carter on a personal level with some questions. Taco, what would you say would be your favorite season?
Winter.
Winter. Is that because you of the dressing or just because
I
you
love
don't
it
like heat?
because you get to layer. It's definitely the dressing. I love cold though. I love the cold weather. I love scarves. I love hats. I love furs. I love jackets. I love everything about winter.
Okay.
It's never like I've only been one place where I was like, oh, this is unbearable. And that was when I was stuck in DC one time. It was like below. And I was like, oh, this is unbearable. But like when it gets really, really cold here, like and we be closing schools and all of that, I'm like, bitch, it is 40 degrees. Like, come on, but I
Okay.
love the winter.
You said you love Valentino, but what designer do you least like?
Now,
Hmm.
oh, that's interesting. I think Christian Dior.
Okay.
When John Galliano had it, like, and he was the actual creative director for Christian Dior, like next level. Now it just doesn't do it for me now.
Gotcha.
Like even
Okay.
with like the shoes, the accessory, like it's just everything is. It's bringing it back to the traditional stuff. It's
Mhm.
nothing innovative now. Like everything is back to the sea, you know. So I would have to say Christian Dior, but I do love. I just bought some eyewear in like April, but I think that would probably be my least favorite now, out
Okay.
of like mainstream designers.
Gotcha. What would you say would be your favorite holiday to celebrate besides your birthday?
Oh, Mardi Gras.
Okay. Okay. Oh no, that's totally fine.
Mardi
Okay,
Gras.
Mardi Gras.
It's nothing like it. It
Okay.
is nothing like it. Even as a child, like every year, it's a feeling of nostalgia, right?
Gotcha.
And it can be hot. It's unpredictable. It could either be hot, it could be
Hmm.
cold, it could be storming, it could be freezing, it could be whatever. But we are going to have Mardi Gras
Yes,
by
y'all are.
any means necessary.
Okay. Breakfast, biscuit or bagels?
Biscuit,
Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
waffles,
Grits or oatmeal?
grits. I hate oatmeal. I don't eat
I hate oatmeal too. It's like
that.
cardboard.
Girl.
Being the fashion guy that you are, what decade would you say had the best clothes, the best fashions?
Oh, hands down the 70s.
Okay. Okay. We get a lot of
Like
70s.
I think like it was minus the vibrantness of it. I don't care too much for the neons and all of that, the prints
Right.
and patterns, but the styles, like
Okay.
what we're wearing now, the pussy bows, the long
Yes.
shawls, the wide legs, the boot cuts, the exaggerated vest. I would
Okay.
have hands down say the 70s for clothes,
Hmm.
business everyday wear, prep portier,
Hmm.
whatever, everyday wear, and for like hip hop the 90s,
Okay.
like for your street
Gotcha.
and urban wear.
Okay.
We had our
Um,
Jabot, our Fubu, Pele Pale, Rockaware.
when you were not playing the clarinet and twirling the batons, what was your favorite television show growing up?
Girl. Sitcom or like show. Because there's
Either
a
or.
difference.
You can
Okay.
give me both. Give me both.
So sitcom, I would say All in the Family
Okay.
or Golden Girls. And my show, my like our show, I would say The Heat of the Night.
Oh yes. The idea. Okay, gotcha. Favorite movie of all time.
Cry Baby.
Okay. Because that's
I
you,
can't
crybaby.
have your face, girl. I cackles at Cry Baby.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm lying. I'm lying. Serial Mom.
Okay. There we go. Now I know that one.
Yes, Serial Mom. Oh my God, yes.
Okay. All right. What would you say, since you are a theater kid, what play would you have liked to see on Broadway? Would you
A
like to see?
Raisin in the Sun.
All right. Ooh. With the original, would you
With the
have?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. That was definitely favorite singer of all time.
Oh, Jesus. So I'm being biased. I mean, I definitely have to go off musicality, not just entertainment value.
Hmm.
So I would have to say Whitney Houston
Okay, no
for the
problem.
females and Luther Vandross for the males.
Luther, I just watched his documentary a couple of weeks ago, and that's a concert I would love to have went to
Absolutely.
because it
I
looked
saw
like he
him.
did
I
not
watched
play.
his whole 1984 concert live at Wembley.
Hmm.
Was it 87? 87 live at Wembley. Oh my God.
It's sickening, ain't it?
Luther was
Goodness.
supposed to be on the stage in pageants, girl.
What would be the first thing that you pack when you're about to travel?
My shoes.
Okay. You win $1 million. Who's the first person you're calling?
My mom.
Okay. You win $1 million. What's the first thing you're purchasing?
A home.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You
Or
paying off your
stock.
home.
Or
Stock.
stock.
Okay. Well, that's cool. If you could go to lunch with any celebrity, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, hands down, Beyonce.
What would be the first question you ask Beyonce?
Girl, why you never call me, girl? I literally have been reaching out to you and trying every method, blowing your DMs up.
Don't look
No,
at you like you
no.
crazy.
I would ask like, did you ever imagine that you would be this megastar? Like
Mhm.
from girls' time to now, like
Mhm.
even with the evolution of Destiny Child from 4 to 3 to 4, like
Right.
just all of those phases in her life, to I remember where I used to fuss with one of my friends, they would always say Beyonce had be the food, be nappy, be dry, to now like head to toe this lady embodies glam.
Mhm.
So
Who's the most overrated celebrity to you?
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, they're gonna get you. Uh,
They're not gonna fuck with me. I'm just
Lord Jesus. Taco, what is your biggest pet peeve?
anyone who knows this. I hate for people to pinch me
Oh,
and like slap my butt.
okay.
And like so in New Orleans, we are embracers, meaning we
Mhm.
hug, we kiss. People will come on, hug you with a face full of makeup, get your clothes off, or they'll be like, you so like when they're laughing. I hate when people be like and slapping you. And it drives me crazy.
Gotcha.
I don't really like
Okay.
to be touched.
Okay.
That
Mm.
sounds insensitive,
So
but I
y'all
really
hear that?
like.
Don't touch it when y'all see him next time.
But I don't know. So listen, I don't mind like hugging. I hug everyone. I'll kiss like cheek to cheek or whatever. But the pinching and when somebody slaps my ass, like no, don't. I hate it.
Gotcha. when
I
you're
do.
sober, when you're
No,
sober,
they'll tell
what?
you. Listen, if anyone is if anyone is in the comments, ask them, is it true? They'll tell you. Like I will
I'm
click
sure
out.
yes, you're gonna say it is. When you're sober, what makes you cry?
Thinking about my grandmom
Okay.
and feeling like I should be a little further in life, if that makes sense. Like just thinking about like the plans that I had for my life, and
Hmm.
like some I see have come into fruition, and others I'm just like, is this a dream deferred, or am I just hanging on to something that will never come into existence, will never
Gotcha.
manifest? So I'm a very reflective person.
Hmm.
I spend a lot of time thinking. I spend a lot of time to myself. Yesha, everyone will tell you I'm not one who likes to go by people's home. Um, on occasions, my friends come over. I think Serenity and Q probably comes the most by me. But I don't like just sitting in people's homes. I don't like attending house parties. Really, I just really like being to myself when I'm alone.
Gotcha. That makes sense. What is your purpose in life? If you found it.
I think I found part of it.
Okay.
I now know that God called me to do the work that I do with empowering children. That feeling, there has not been a graduation yet since I've been in high schools that I haven't cried. Right, something
Okay.
about that moment, watching these kids' journey, knowing what they fought through, persevered. Even when it came to I was state testing accountability model. Like some of these kids having to take those assessments 3, 4 times and finally conquering it. So I do know that part of my passion and the love that I have, that I receive from my students, my staff, my communities, board members, parents. It's such a great feeling. And it becomes overwhelming at times. So I do know that I found one of my passions. Um, but there is a part of me that just feels like in some way I wanted to be a host, or I wanted to be an anchor, a journalist. I've always wanted to do that. Um,
Still so much time for you to do that. You're only 41.
and seeing how I could like navigate through life and get to that point. Because I think I'll find enjoyment with it. This passion, it is overwhelming. It
Mm.
is exhausting. Ever since I said yes to become a principal, I
Mhm.
don't have as much time. Like everything happens, I'm like, I can't be there. We have state testing. It's a blackout window. I have to attend this event. Like I missed so many events. Like I literally have been nowhere this year.
Mhm.
I went to Gay Black Houston that Sunday of the contest and came right back that Monday because we were
Mhm.
still state testing.
Right.
And I went to Metro and
Okay.
left that Sunday and came right back that Monday. Other than that, I haven't been anywhere. You know, which is weird. I don't miss Westland. I don't miss Sweetheart. I don't miss Duval. Like it's just
Right.
a lot. So
Right.
there are parts that we sacrifice and give up. Um, but I think like, yeah, so that's a 50-50. Yes. 50% of me says, yes, I found my passion. And the other 50 says that there is still more out there for me.
What's your biggest fear?
Homelessness,
Okay.
loss of family, loss of self. I think loss of self is the biggest because I've seen oftentimes where we get um so this pageant world can make you, it gives us a little sense of stardom, right? To a certain
Right.
degree.
Mhm.
And we feel accomplished to a certain magnitude. But when we lose certain things, and I know that's coming, so I'll save that for later. But
Yes.
like for certain experiences, you lose self, you doubt self. It's always that question like, why not me? What am I doing? What did I do to deserve this? I worked so hard, I invested so much. But I think from those experiences, my biggest fear is just losing who I am, being rooted in God, understanding like His promises are His promises, and although we don't understand them now, we'll understand it in time and by and by. And so, like that
Okay.
mindset, I say homelessness. Like I've watched my friends, colleagues, like be here, and then in a blink of an eye, you have
There.
nothing. You
Yeah.
know. So for me, it's just always staying on my grind, always making sure I'm in a position to thrive, if that makes sense. Like, even if at any given day, if I get a call from my CEO and he says, Inspire Nola Charter Schools is no longer the place for you, Mr. Carter. Thank you for your service, your commitment, XYZ. I feel like I've put myself in a position to where I can make a call and God will provide me somewhere else, right? And
Yes.
so always being able to do that, which is why I'm so passionate about my work, because
Mhm.
that's all that's going to speak for me, you know.
Mhm. Um, Self awareness is something important in our lives. What is one
Absolutely.
thing about yourself that you would like to change?
I think I touched on it earlier. Not always. I always, excuse me. I feel like sometimes I ask God for grace, but I don't always give it.
Mm.
I'm one that sometimes it's hard for me to move past certain situations. Um, it's hard for me to let go.
Okay.
Mainly if I know I was right and I know I was loyal, I was 100% invested in you or whatever. And if you hurt me, and it's to the point where it's not even, it's beyond just speaking. Like I really in my mind would wish ill things. Like, and I'm like, I know that's not of God.
Right.
Um, and a part of me being a leader, I've learned patience. I've learned to navigate through that differently. Like Mr. Carter, you have to coach that adult up. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm writing you up." You have to provide this opportunity. You have to go through the steps. This is the consequence ladder. Like, so my work has like helped me with that. But if there's one thing I could change about myself, and I would say it would be giving a little more grace to people.
Okay.
Because I'll
Okay.
cut you off and be done.
Okay. So we are an hour in. Sorry, I know I told you an hour, but honey, whatever.
I already knew it wasn't going to be.
Before we play the game, I want you to explain to us or tell us where taco came from.
So I can't really say where taco came from because it's something that happened with a former teacher, right?
Okay.
I got the name from a former teacher, but the experience is hilarious. But I vowed that's like I would think when I see her, she'd be like, boy, and she's like, you still carry the name. It ended up becoming my crab name in the band, and
Okay.
it just stuck with me. But it did derive my freshman year in high school.
So how did the community find out about it? Did
Because it
people
was
just
my crab name. So like all my peers were like taco, 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 taco,
okay.
taco.
Okay.
So it just
Okay.
stuck. Yeah.
All right. Well, we
And I went
won't
to
get that.
school with a lot of our community, people in the community.
Okay. Okay. We won't get that. So, guys, before I go into
No.
the game and then we move higher in the program, I want to ask you, talk to you about this topic when it comes to male leads and finding authentic love. Have you ever been in that? Have you ever been in a situation since you've been entertaining 2006, 20 years now, where you find yourself torn, you find yourself confused, you find yourself not even want to deal with people on the scene in that manner? What is your we'll just say overall experience when it comes to dating and being in partnership as Taco? Because we have to remember Taco is a celebrity, like you just said. So how do you navigate who wants to be with Valentino, the male lead that's winning all these pageants, or who wants to be with Mr. Carter?
So here's the craziest thing. And like my cisgender friends and family, they be like, but they're gay, Taco. For the longest, I never had an attraction to men who were openly gay.
Okay.
I never had an attraction to feminine men.
Okay.
My lens was always like, if I'm going to be out with someone, I wanted to emulate a man, right? So that was 20, 25 plus years ago, right? In my mind. It's crazy because I try to, most people that I want to take serious on that level, like Trinity, we'll text all night, we'll call, but it would never go nowhere because they either have kids, they're going through a divorce with a woman, they're not ready to deal with the scrutiny of the public. So I feel like I know that part of it, which is what led Taco to be a little more open with dating, because I'm like, I don't need to be sheltered or closeted. I'm not a cover up. I'm deserving of love. I feel like I am a prize. So I'm not conforming because I can give some understanding to like, no, I don't expect you to be like, oh yeah, me and Taco mess, but I'm not going to carry this for 2 years, right? And so with the previous situation, this guy came back, like we had been conversing since high school, and he came back into my life last week, and I kept asking God, like, God, give me a sign, give me a sign, give me a sign to show me like if I should even entertain this. And when I tell you, a day later, the old feelings, the old sentiments, the exact same stuff that led me to pull apart from that person started rearing its face. I knew instantly to remove it. When it comes to people in the community, I don't think because I've given it a shot, right? I've dated 2 entertainers, 3 actually. And so one, we are actually like this now.
Who?
Laren, Javion Alexander. We are amazing. Like, that's my brother. I can call on Laren for anything. He can call on me for anything. We're going to be there for each other. The other one, who I'm going to leave nameless, kind of bamboozled me, and I later found out that he was doing drag.
I know you was over it,
bitch. Because I was like, and don't get me wrong, right? Anyone knows Taco, like my circle is trans women and female impersonators, drag performers.
Right.
So drag queen performers. So I love them to that. But it's something about that piece of it that I don't know. But my last relationship, which was probably the most public one, which was Darnell, Jeremy, I learned a lot from that. Um, Jeremy's a great person, very intellectual person, very independent person, very loving person. But Jeremy is crazy. Um, and I couldn't be out here fighting no more.
Okay.
Like risking going to jail and all of these things in the public. Like we are literally going to blows. I'm like, I've never. And my temperament, like, bitch, I'm gonna want to get you touched. So I had to leave that where it is. We have gotten much better now. Well, we speak, we laugh, we joke when we see each other. But in terms of, do I think I'll find love? I definitely don't foresee me dating another entertainer.
Okay.
Because I do feel like at times it can be jealousy that comes into play. Whereas my lens will always be a supportive role. Like I want you to thrive. Like I want you to accomplish more than I have. Like I want you to go far beyond. But that's not. Sometimes people are not always willing to see you the way others see you, and they think your light diminishes theirs. And so I don't ever want to be in a position of that. Like to your point, if I'm getting to know someone, I want to know that that person loves Edward. That person wants to be
but
with
you
Edward.
are open currently to dating.
Not right now.
Say I his inbox.
I've tried. Like I'm literally, as we're on the live, someone I just gave a shot to, not a shot, but a shot in terms of like trying to get to know seriously. Just message me. But I just feel like sometimes I'm wasting time.
Whoever you are.
Yeah. I'm looking at his message.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
on my iPad.
Okay.
But,
all right. Well, that's understandable because that is something that a lot of you all, I hear that you all deal with when it comes to that. You don't know who wants the celebrity or who wants you genuinely. And then it's so much. So thank you for explaining that. He's not interested in the moment. He's focused on himself, guys.
yes.
But he is open to dinners and shopping sprees and all of that.
And like those are the things. Like I just want it just has to feel different, right?
It has to feel
like,
genuine.
Yes, and like the nice flowers, the nice cars. I had a person wine and dine me, and then I discovered this man was married. Yeah, she'll tell you that story.
Yes, she don't tell your business.
Well, she'll say if I'm sharing it on here. If you ask, she'll tell you about it. Like literally made me. I was like, girl, I could have went to jail. This boy had then ordered flowers and edible arrangements for me in somebody else's name with a card, bitch. I was, girl, ask Jay shit, bitch. I could have went to the slam. I was like, oh no. So,
goodness. Cut that off. Bitch. Okay. So we're gonna play the game. I'm gonna try to keep it easy for you and don't throw no curveballs for you. I'm gonna give you people, place, thing, something you may have said or did. Give us the first thing that comes to your mind. Your daughter, Serenity. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your daughter?
My everything, my existence. My being, the reason beyond Taco, beyond Valentino, like that's I in my heart feel like I birthed that child. I feel like that is truly my child. Like knows everything about me. I know everything about her. Like we have been there for each other in the darkest. I mean the darkest times. And not one, I can't think of one time where someone has said, Serenity was dragging for you, or Serenity said this. And like when I tell you, oh girl, I could get emotional behind it. That's my vein.
Do you like the Raquel comparisons, or would you like her to be able to move into her own?
I don't like the Raquel comparisons, and she knows my stance on that because
she's way nicer and sweet.
Yeah.
This is my show. Who gonna check me?
You're right. That's my mom. But I don't like it because one, I know Raquel has earned that status, right?
Right.
She's earned not the position, this position. I'm talking about in terms of the accolades. Like she's earned her place in this race, like the fame, the stardom. And that was the situation. That's funny you asked that, because I told Serenity about that before. We were outside, and I was at the page, and somebody said, "Oh my God, girl, I thought you was Raquel." And baby, my daughter went to eating it up. But this was also like when those comparisons first started happening and stuff, right? And she was like, I said, no. I said, why didn't you correct them? Because she waited. She was like, no, that's my grandma. I was like, no, you should have told them in a moment. You are Serenity. You are a Lord, but you are Serenity. Like, you don't want your work to be based on someone else's merit. Your contribution in this art form is your contribution. And I told her, like, you have to have some intentionality behind separating the way people see you, as you're not a shadow of Raquel. You're not. You are Serenity. And so, like, we've had that conversation about that. And so she knows my stance on it, but to her defense, like, she can't control when people make that comparison, right? And what I will say is that Raquel is very supportive of her. Yes. She does reach out. She texts her. She calls her. They have their own different dynamic.
Number 2, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the night you won Mr. Duval?
What I needed, right? Fulfillment. I had just done MBU. I had received first runner-up again, and I was done. Like, I was like, I just can't. And Fonzie convinced me. He was like, bitch, you ain't got to get nothing. Take that. Come on down to Duval. If you can recall, this is when every division was separate, and the Mr. would be in December.
Right.
And it was like 3 weeks away. I was like, girl, no, I don't have time. I don't have time. And I went. And I was fortunate to win on my first time. And that experience, Rick is a gem. Marissa is a gem as well. I love my sister, but Rick, he made me feel like, and at that time, I didn't have anyone else as a promoter to. I've had great promoters up until that time, but Rick and D West, being Westland and Duval, I was all of that at once. Like, and it was just like my life was just like, you know, it was what I needed. It made me feel like you'll be a ruler. You'll be this, you'll be that. You know, and people would say, you know, once you won Duval, that was your step into the universe and all of those things. But it was definitely what I needed, Trinity. It was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, bitch, I won Mr. Duval.
Duval, okay.
Okay.
Number 3, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the Southern University Dancing Dolls?
The epitome of class. The epitome of technical merit, poise, skill, embodiment of looks, just everything. The standard. The standard.
Who would be your ultimate doll? Which one?
Kayla.
Which Kayla? Because you know both of them were captains.
Can you stand the rain, kid?
Okay. Kayla Pittman. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Number 4, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, speaking of Westland, when you think of Antoinette Chanel Roberts?
A freak, nasty whore who tries to rape me. Oh. But
I heard that story.
Listen, Antoinette is a mess, y'all. So, me and Antoinette, we had before our reign, I didn't like going into the pageant. I found out she was competing. I was like, oh, I don't want to win with that hope. Because I heard she was rallying for someone else for MBU, saying, no, he's not going to beat my, and I did, though. But I didn't beat him. I placed over him because I didn't win either. But when we won, the next morning, she calls and she was like, King, what we wearing? What we wearing? I was like, I don't know what you want to wear. And she was like, I got this green. I got some extra fabric. And like, she took my vest and she was like, well, and I'm going to get some balloons. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I like her. But and then in that same breath, she was like, you my king, not all my kings, excuse my language, whoever is on here. I don't know who's watching, but she said, you got to let me suck that meat. You got So that's our little running thing. Like every time she sees me, Antoinette, if I accomplish something, she'll call and be like, "Congratulations, hubby! I love you. I'm so proud of you." And then she'll be like, "I'm still like that me."
It's
But
very giving Me Too movement.
listen, I'm so serious. But that she is, she's a, she is one who I know wants to see me accomplish that certain goal.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like she's adamant about supporting me back. She talks to me often about it, trying to persuade me. And she's been that way literally since our reign, you know. And she's a joy. She's a joy. I'm so proud of her. Life has taken her on a different path in her career, and she loves it. She's doing well for herself. But that's my heart. That's my girl.
Okay. Number five, you talked about it being your favorite holiday, Mardi Gras, but I want you to tell me what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you were offered or asked or the invitation was extended for you to be, I believe it was the king that year, or
So it wasn't for a Mardi Gras crew. It
okay,
was for a
okay,
Second Life Club.
okay,
But
okay,
I was king for a Mardi Gras crew in 2011, the crew of Ocean. Um, Mardi Gras. So that crew, that's why I have to say yes to another Mardi Gras crew because I didn't get the experience like the
okay.
grand major super cruise. But I can imagine that if I am afforded that opportunity, I'll, depending on the crew, I'll probably pass out first,
Okay.
and then to take a moment to just be reflective and think a lot like, are you in a position to do this? Which I pray I will be, but
So it is an honor to be asked to be those things.
it is most definitely an
Okay,
honor.
okay, okay. Well, we hope that you'll be able to do one because you can do
Okay.
Number six, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of, let's see, Yesha. Bubble, excuse me. She changed her name, and
Don't
I'm gonna call you Yesha. What they say on Color Purple, I'm gonna call you what they called you, what they
listen.
named you. Her name
So
is.
Serenity is my vein.
Mhm.
Yesha is my pulse.
Oh.
She is my voice of reason.
Mhm.
This girl literally held me and cried me to sleep one time. Um, she like life. Another one. We've watched each other's journeys. Um, we've been a part of each other's journeys. Um, my connection is more with Dwayne. You know,
Mm.
that's my rock. Like Yesha is the glitz and the glamour, right? Dwayne is the person, Dilly, that I talk to, that I call, you know, that I seek counsel from, and I share what I'm feeling, my sentiments, my thoughts, and vice versa from her. That's my pulse. That's
She's
my family lover. My family, my biological family loves her. My colleagues love her. Like Dilly is just a joy. Like he always tried. Like I've laughed. You know, Serenity and before not laughing when I see Yesha post. I say, "Here go Mother Teresa." This
yeah,
bitch won't
yeah,
stay
yeah.
anywhere. You know.
But it's much needed, and we'll get to that. Those posts be much needed. But Continental this year, I child, I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened to the hair, but the hair just didn't come out how it was supposed to come out, and I was gonna have to wear something that didn't go into the character for talent. And she had on this hairpiece for the opening, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because you don't know how girls are when it comes to competition. You may be the
Competition.
girl to be
Like, no,
like,
you're not
"Girl,
using my
go
stuff.
ahead, you
Yeah.
can wear it," but some bitches be like, you can't wear this competition." So I said, "Well, sis, we was in line for to get rid." I said, "Sis, my talent hair came out so bad. I said, I don't know what Q was doing. Can I please wear the hair you have on because it fit the character?" She said, "Girl, you ain't got to explain nothing to me. Get this hair when we get back there." Stuff like that makes you
Mm-hmm.
want to continue on this journey because you have people like her that even me standing next to
And
you,
that's literally
competing with
her
you, you're still
personality.
supportive.
That is just who she is.
Hmm.
That is who
So
she
yeah, she's
is.
always indebted to me. I crowned her Miss Black America, and
Yes, you
so
did.
I should be
Yes,
crowning
you
her
did.
peoples, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh
um,
gosh.
Speaking of Black America, number seven, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your reign as Mr. Black America?
Precedented.
Okay.
Um, for me, and it met me at a time. That was my first year as head principal when I won Mr. Black America.
Mm.
And so I was like, oh my God, how am I going to balance this? But when I tell you, Benny, had me everywhere. Benny, and that's why I stated like Duval and Weston, like up until like they paved the way for me to know what it's like to feel like a king. And Benny did disappoint. He did not let up. And I think it was coupled with the fact that I absolutely loved reigning with my queen. I
Ebony.
loved, I was 14 years old when I met Ebony.
Wow.
When I met Toya, I was 14 years old. So
She
it
raised
was a
you.
full circle, right? It was a full circle moment to like, this lady is my queen, and we are traveling the world, and we had such a chemistry. It was just organic. Like we worked so well together. Like it wasn't no fussing over what we're gonna wear for this photo shoot. We really,
Right.
okay, King, you chose the song last time. It's my
I'm gonna
turn.
choose
Okay,
it. Okay.
a queen is I'm gonna choose the walk, and like literally, and it was that secret like. She'd be like, "What you wearing? Because I'm gonna have it on, King. You gonna have it on." I'd be like, "Girl, you gonna have it on.
You
Don't
know
try
you
to
gonna have
mask
it
it with your."
on.
I'd be like, "Girl, don't try to mask it with no hair, girl. You gonna have it on." So it was a really, really, really great dynamic. And when I say precedented, because for her, she was fortunate to get it on her first time, but for me, it was a 10-year break from me competing there because I said I'll never go back there. And when I went, I went into the competition with negativity, with people saying, "Oh, they're gonna give it to them," and there were two boys that paid entry fees and didn't show up because they were like, "Oh, Taco's gonna win," and it was just mind blowing to me because you've never seen Taco show up at any pageant and not be prepared.
Right.
Like I've never been one.
Doesn't that really bother you when they do that?
Like
Oh, they gonna
like
give
they're
it to
just gonna
her.
hand it to me. I've never jumped. I'm not one to just jump in contests. If I compete, I really want to be a part of the legacy, what's going to be the legacy, right? Contribute to it. So when I talk about precedented, yeah, my girl, that's my Mula, that's my Mara. But I know my Mara was trying to play in my face, but God saw otherwise. And so it was my job to show like why I was fortunate that weekend to capture that title. And it's crazy because like a year after I gave it up, I was asked to be on the panel. So like, and anyone who knows me knows I don't really care about judging like that. I like to have a good time, meet and chill with my friends and family and have a great time, drink. But I look at that as an honor, to be
So when
one
you
of.
coming back to the group?
I never left the group. I'm in a group.
I thought you left the group because
I
no,
did leave the group. I
you
did
did,
leave the
yeah.
group
And
because Benny
was I
played
the
in
one
my
that
face
put
for
you
my
back in the
birthday.
group?
Yeah, he did. So let me tell you what happened because I'm transparent. So I was like, any other birthday. Now you know what? I'm not that I think about it, Trinity girl. I'm about to take back what I said about Benny. um, any other birthday, sister, Benny is
Yeah.
gonna blow happy birthday symbol, this, and that. So, bitch, I wasn't even thinking about it because you get so many posts on your birthday, so much love, right? But then I was like, wait, bitch, I ain't seen nothing in this Black America group now. All these other, hold on.
Baby, you had laid. I said, oh my God. I said, oh, he was hot. Y'all, you have got to, he was over it. And then he left the group. I said, what's going on? And he told me when I said, get back in this, and I put you back. I think I was the one that put you back in.
You did. Because I was even, you did. Like, bitch, now hold on. They got people that don't come back. They ain't been back 10, 15 years, and you shouting them out first thing in the morning, bitch, and it's 8, 9 o'clock, and you ain't say nothing.
Child, you know that man have his favorites, child. So.
Yeah, but girl, you're not gonna play in my face because we can leave it where it is.
Period.
I was so mad at
I don't. What you say? I don't want it rain now.
Yeah, I said, bitch. I said, yeah, But he was like, King. But he was like, you're so small, and I had a business there. I was like, I understand human error, but like, yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah. Number 8. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of tequila?
I'm not a tequila fan, so
good.
I'm a cognac person, but I do indulge in a little reposado here and there.
Okay, here and there.
Yeah, like if there's no Hennessy,
okay,
I'll take some.
So Hennessy is your drink of choice.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Number 9. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the night you won, Sweetheart?
Bitch, I was about to fight. So I don't know if you do. You know the story, bitch. Is that why you
Ooh,
asked me?
I think I need a refresher.
Okay, so in full transparency, I used to feel, and I'm sure that will come later, that me and Archie's relationship had a strained dynamic. We would always speak to each other, always say brother, hey, whatever, but I felt like that was a barrier at one point for MBU. And so we went out to eat one day. He was like, let's go out to eat. So Archie, we met, we went to Roasters, me and him, we talked, we ate. Like, I was like, oh my God, I love him. I love him. That, he even flew down to Houston when I did a contest. I was like, that's my bro. Now, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know he was competing for Sweetheart because he never disclosed that. Archie is a very
Right.
private person, like that sneak attack model. Like
Right.
I'm just showing up. I'm not telling you. I'm not posting. So I had no idea. Well, we get to registration. It's Giselle, Nicole, all those girls. I see Lavelle. I see Tamaris. The boy. It was like 6, 7 boys, and Archie. And so he was like, girl, win the first round out, we're gonna be holding hands. That's the goal. I was like, okay, cool deal. Yeah, like that's the goal.
Right.
He even like set my table on the side of him, like my station. He brought wine for me. Like I was like, yes,
He was
bro.
trying to get you to lick it up.
Bitch. So like midway, we did presentation talent, and sportswear. And Gia comes in the back and she says, okay, guys, we have to be out of the building in a few minutes. We have to cut the pageant short. Would y'all be okay if just doing farm evening wear and no Q&A? So I don't know what was going in people's mind. Like, I know a lot of people were trying to opt out of Q&A. But me, I'm like,
No, that's my
no,
category.
but I didn't care. I was like, bitch, I know what I produced. Like, okay, we'll see. Like, it doesn't matter. So we did formal wear. So it's crowning. They I can't remember which boy got second. I can't recall. I don't know if it was Lavelle, Tamaris. One of them, somebody got second. I can't remember. But the categories were literally only between me and him. So they were like presentation. I remember this like yesterday. They're like presentation. Valentino Lord Alexander. They said sportswear. Archie Bonet. I was like, okay, well, that's when he wore the red and black beaded sportswear. I was like, well, that was cute. Yeah, he looked nice. Then they said talent, Archie Bonet. I was like, oh. But that bitch Giselle set me up because she didn't know her words for my talent.
She never does.
No,
Never
she
does.
never does. A scary movie mask face bitch.
Never.
So I was like, okay. So then they said formal wear. Valentino Lord Alexander. I'm like, grr. So at this point, we 2 and 2. I'm like, bitch. So they say second runner up. I'm gonna just say your name, Trinity Black. So then they say first runner up. Archie Bonet, in the audience erupted. Now, mind you, I felt it was going to be Archie because the only person I felt down there would have been like, I think all the judges, I don't ever want to question anyone's integrity. I'll never do that. But I know like his dynamic with most of that panel was better than mine, if that makes sense. His roommate, his co-partner, like preliminary owners. Like, so I was like, whatever.
It was set up for him, is what you would have thought.
So, but I still, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Like at this time, bitch, I have won everything else. Like, I know I'm a force. So, Archie goes, he receives his thing, and it's like, and you're newly crowned Mr. Sweetheart International, Valentino Alexander. So I go up, I receive my plaque and everything. So I come back, y'all, and Archie, I reach in, I can't stand that man. It's a dirty bitch. I reached in and I hug him. I said, congratulations, bro. Archie said, girl, you ain't beat me. so,
was he serious or was he just
yes,
oh.
bitch, yes. He didn't even hug back. He was, like you hug people and their arms are just down, like get off me, like almost demeanor.
Yeah.
So I looked, I said, well, girl, this plaque and money says I did. And I said, why? We had a little exchange. And I was like, I was just pretty much like, bitch, I am, check my pageant vital. Bitch,
Right.
I have the titles. Like, why couldn't I? But so from that experience, it took us some time to find our way back because I I was so hurt. Like, would I have been happy for you? Yes. Would I have wanted you to win? No. But
Right.
it
I
was
mean, that's
just
human.
like,
That's competition. It's human.
it was just like, damn, girl, you just we did all we went to dinner, lunch, you didn't flew to support me, like, and now this, like, it was the difference if we had a conversation and I would have known you were competing, I probably would have reconsidered, like,
Right.
but yeah, so
Well, that's probably why
sweetheart.
you went. That's probably why you ain't one over there. Number 10. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your city of New Orleans?
One of a kind.
Would you
No
ever? Do you
place.
ever see yourself leaving Taco?
I would, I think because of my mom, I'm my mom's caretaker now. So
Mm-hmm.
because if my mom, and she's getting back to her normal state, praise be to God. Many don't know, but I found my mom unresponsive in December. So like working through those pieces, and she's getting her health back to its normal state. But if my mom, like my sisters, they have families. One is married, one has, the other has a family as well.
Yeah.
So I'm the only single one. So rightfully so, like, I'm
You
gonna
would be the
be
one to
my
take
mom's
care.
supporter, right? But if my mom was willing to uproot, and I really would love to live in DC or Fairfax, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
I would
You want to be over
consider
there with the
Dallas as
water.
well. Huh?
You want to be over there with the water.
With the water.
Virginia, water, all the water.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully, mom gets better and you'll continue to stay. But
Yes.
definitely, whenever it's
But
time for you
back to
to.
that question, New Orleans is it's to be a resident, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot that we do wrong, but there's a lot that we do right. And
Mhm.
it's like traveling from these different cities and being in these different places, you appreciate. I can wake up at 2 3 in the morning and I go to a bar and they still have 50 to 100 people and I turn it up. I can
Mhm.
leave out a bar 7 a.m. in the morning. I can walk down the street with my cup in my hand. I can go to all of these community parks. There's always a festival. There's always a fair. There's always a comp. Like, it's always something to do. So, um, yeah, it's a very
Okay.
unique place.
Okay. So, of course, we have to move higher in the program. These next 30 minutes, because it's going to cut us off at 9. But these next 30 minutes, I want to get I want to dig into some topics, of course, that you knew probably were going to come up, but also get your opinion on some topics. The first thing I want to ask you is, do you find yourself, because this has been a word that's been used to describe you, do you think that you are a sore loser?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I
When
think
you when you may act out after you have not lost, what comes
so.
from that?
So I've never really, the only pageant that I've really lost is MBU.
Hmm.
Um, for me, you can't piss on me and
Hmm.
tell me that's water and it's just rain.
Hmm.
Like, I know what is. If I don't know anything, I know pageantry.
Hmm.
I know how to judge pageantry. I know how to put myself together. So you can't keep telling me you were this close. You were this close. But then when I'm looking at the winners,
Hmm.
we see it before the judges see it backstage.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hold on, Taco. Hold on. Let's redo this so everybody can understand what's going on. So let's start from here because I was gonna bring it up. You made a post maybe two
mhm.
weeks ago that I felt was very disturbing to me from you. I could literally see or hear your pain in the writing. I know it's a topic that is sensitive to you, but other people want for you as much as you want for yourself. And of course, anybody know what we're talking about? We're talking about him returning to Black Universe. How many times have you competed there?
4
Four. And you have received
first
first
3.
first one up three times. So you're almost there. So in the question I just posed to you about being a sore loser, this last time you went, there was I didn't see it, so I don't know, but there was rumors or talks of you acting out after you were called out as first. Do you confirm or deny?
Then I didn't act out. What happened was I stood there. I looked at Tarico. Tarico
Mm.
was actually crying.
Okay.
I was walking off the stage and Craig Shaw walked up to me and he said, "Yeah, yeah." And I
Okay.
said, get the fuck out of my face with that fake shit. That's what I said.
Okay, so
But
why would you why did so that could be taken as acting
mm,
out. So he's your y'all in the little girl, I mean y'all in the group together and stuff like that. You consider him family brother, whatever. And he says yaya to you, and you say that back to him. What made you say that back to him? Why did you treat
because
your
all
yaya like that?
because I told him and Terrell of what was rumored that weekend, and they assured me that everything was going to be fair, everything was right. They had a person overlooking the scores and everything, and it was like boom. And I get like to that point, you know, me and Craig have talked about it a little. I know he didn't sit down there and do it, but I'm big on integrity. That's like I, as a leader, no, you're not going to inflate grades in this building. Nothing is going to happen in this building that Mr. Carter, Dr. Melanie Moore, Neil Smith, we're not aware of because we're that involved in the process. We're that involved in the systems. So we have taken, like, for me, now what I did do, I did go live and I spoke about the situation with Stasha, feeling everyone always wants to tell you during crowning, excuse me, keep it together, hold your head up, don't, it's gonna be all right, don't do it, don't do that. But when other people, when they're in that position, hence you stood that someone stood that stoic for me when I congratulated them on being first, didn't even raise their arms. Another person, when they got first somewhere else, she fell to the floor. They couldn't even keep her standing up. But we have to be the superheroes. We have to stand and just take the blatant disrespect and disregard. And I'm just at a point in my life where I was okay with not even returning there. The same with Black America. So don't spend all of this time and convince me things are different. We moved in this direction, and you can. If I didn't win, I'm a reflective practitioner, and that's across the board. I know what I contribute. I know where I could have done well. I know what I could have done differently, what I could have improved upon, whatever. I'm going to always take that stance. That's in life, period. I'm a constant learner. I believe in evolution. I'm going to always evolve. But when I know innately that what I presented this weekend was great enough to be the next ruler, and no. So I did go live. I didn't make no threats. And I got blamed for that. Somebody told me, they said you had broken window. I said, Top, I didn't break no window. I
It
said,
wasn't you.
Carlos.
It was a mirror that was broke.
I said that was Carlos. I said Taco got off the stage. My grandmother Raquel, my mom was crying. I gave her a hug. She said, I love you, son. I said, I love you too, Mom. I grabbed my stuff and I went to my room. Yesha came to my room and consoled me. But I don't, the old me would have been like how I flipped the table at UNO and all of that. Like, but you're not going to just tell me stand here and smile and just play
Do
along and
you
go along with.
So let's wrap this up in a bow. Do you feel like you won that year?
I absolutely feel that way.
Okay. So in you feeling like you won that year, are you returning? Will you ever
No,
return?
I'm not returning no times. I don't. Right now, it's still a no for me.
Okay.
Um, there are some things that I have to see. I can no longer, and that's why I made the post, because it becomes overwhelming every other day. I want you to go back, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna send you this and that. Okay, well, don't talk about it. Send me the deposit first, and then I'm gonna consider. Let
Right.
the action meet. Show me. Let the action meet the word.
Hmm.
But I can't. I'm not in a position to keep making this huge investment, and there's that fear. There's that anxiety there. Um, some of my closest family and friends have captured it, and I'm okay with that because everything isn't for everyone. And this may be
Hmm.
one of the things that just may not be what God has designed for me. Maybe something there has to be something else out there for me. But what I cannot do, Trinity, is I am not going to spend 7, 8, 9, 10 attempts trying to be something
Right.
in
I
the
do.
realm. You know, it's just not worth it just for me to say I'm a ruler.
Right.
Um, at this point in my career,
How does let me ask you this, because I find this interesting. I've been through this. How does your relationships with your yayas and your group, how is that affected when you have moments where you know you should have won, you feel like you should have won and you didn't? Does the dynamics of the relationship change, or do y'all need a break from each other? Did you have to take a break? Because here you have one of the owners, all of your other brothers are formers. what happens in those situations
Oh,
for you?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I took a long break.
Okay.
Just for me, because Trinity, I can't. I'm gonna say what I need to say, and
Mhm.
sometimes how that comes out may not always be the correct approach. And
Right.
I can't sit in a space and cackle with you in a group text and on Messenger and act like everything is okay when I know deep down inside there's some disdain.
Hmm.
I was able to express that to Terrell. I
Hmm.
was able to express that to Craig
Okay.
later, but I had to find some time for myself. Even with Elviana and Lavelle when they called, like I had to, because I know it just wouldn't have been good. It just wouldn't have been good.
So with you not returning this, y'all can get out his inbox. He's not. I'm talking to myself. Get out his inbox. He's not returning that. With
No.
him not, with you not returning back. Eventually, let's just say you go back in 2027, um, and you get first again. What happens?
That's the point I'm at in my life on the chance that I'm just not willing to take. I don't know if I can endure that again.
Mhm.
It is a lot to invest thousands of dollars on a dream, and I still pay a car note. I
What
still
is it?
rent.
What is it about Black
Um,
Universe that keeps you so, that makes you make these type of posts and you're so emotional about? Are you hunger to be a
so
part of?
I normally don't talk about it, but
Okay.
it's just got so overwhelming. I guess from
Mhm.
like the outcome of the preliminaries, and everyone is like, nobody's going. First of all, I'm not a person that don't. I want people to go, so that's a
Right.
no for me first. So, like, bitch, I don't need you. If nobody's there, you could just do a crowning ceremony. So no, that's not going to intrigue me. But it's just so overwhelming, Trinity. Every other day, you going back to Black Universe. They owe you. It's your time, and this, and that. And so one person reached out, and I was just like at my breaking point. I was like, listen, I just need people to understand. Leave me alone. I am
Right.
not going this year.
Okay.
Under no circumstances.
Okay. Well, guys, we put that to rest. Because you said you made another. I guess it was a promo where you said coming to a stage near you. Well, where is that? What is that stage?
So I'm torn. I'm not gonna say this yet
Oh,
because I want to be certain, but I'll tell you in a separate.
okay.
I'll tell you separately, like
Okay.
in our message or text.
Okay.
But I wanted to do King, but I committed. I made a commitment to support Tarico and another entertainer.
Okay.
So King, not this year, but
Oh,
there is something that two things I'm strongly contemplating on committing
yeah.
for.
I definitely think that's in your city. You definitely deserve
Yes, like,
that
and my
title.
thing is, I'm like, Trinity, this is my last time, and I made that clear to him. I told it to Syed, like, I'm not sitting out no more. If y'all don't get it this time, you're gonna have to see me. I just can't, like, bitch, I don't want to
Right.
be 50 years old running for king.
You mentioned twice that you can't go to that pageant in Dallas this weekend. Was that on your roster to do
Supreme,
that one?
Supreme,
Hmm.
no, no.
Okay. Okay. Got you. All right. Well, I definitely would love to see you back on the NBU stage and definitely be a ruler. I think it's deserving, but of course, it's up to you. It's in your time, and you'll know when it's time to go back if that ever happens. So we wish you well in that aspect. Um, and best of luck and well wishes whenever. Are you coming to Ebony next week?
I'm not.
Okay.
Uh, if I could have gotten what do they call those flights?
Buddy pass?
No, jet red eye flight, like first
Oh,
thing in the
red eye
morning
to be
back or
back.
whatever.
Okay.
I would have considered it, but
Mhm.
no, I'm not. I wanted to be there to support Chastity and Pierre.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that there was new owners till
Yeah.
Ebony reached out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But
Okay.
yes, but I did want to say one more thing about
Go ahead. Go ahead.
you. Um, just for some clarity. I absolutely love the system.
Mhm.
When I first got a grasp the understanding of pageantry and what it's like and um, what it is that system embodies for the community, I felt I always had to be a part of it. But I've always felt like at what risk? I don't want to take away anything from the winners who were fortunate to be crowned the times that I did compete. But I have to, and to your point, it could potentially happen again where they say first or second or lower than that. We just don't know. There's that uncertainty. But when the time happens, I would definitely let everyone know, because I want that momentum. I want that support behind me. I do know that there are countless of individuals who want to see that dream happen for me.
Mhm.
Um, but if it does, I promise I'll let everyone know. But I'm not. I'm a person of my word, and I told this individual that I would sit out and support them, and that's what I'm doing this year. And I just, there's still some uncertainty. So it depending on the feeling that I get from the weekend this year, that'll help guide that decision.
Okay. Gotcha. Taco, the one of the biggest conversations in male lead is you all are too feminine.
Hmm.
You're not masculine enough. What's your take on that?
So I think like embodying it for competition wise, you should exude a man.
Mhm.
You definitely should exude a man. But when it comes to shows and everything, I think that's the uniqueness of this art form. While there are some things that I would do, there are some things I would wear that others may not, and it's vice versa. I often see someone who's deemed a man, but I always be like, this person looks filthy. This person looks a mess. This person entertainment value is lackluster. I think that's the uniqueness. Now, if you are ultra feminine, like come on, like there's a fine line, right? There should be some parameters around it, but I think that's the uniqueness of it. I appreciate the artistry that any entertainer brings. If you are entertaining, if you are well put together, um, and it's believable, and I'm enjoying the performance, then how you come across or what you convey, that's up to you, But I think males get it harder because how often do we see females that look extremely masculine? Can't walk in shoes, tiptoeing across the stage, arms all swole, performing all tense, but nothing is ever stated about it. It is definitely a double-edged sword. It's that analogy of a how lesbianism is more acceptable than homosexuality for males.
Right, right.
It's that double-edged sword when it comes to entertainment. Like females get by with a whole lot, and males are here. And when the investment, I often talk, me and Geisha talk about this sometimes. Um, they would be like, she said, it's easy. She used to be like, it's easier for boys. And she was like, you really changed my perspective. I was like, no. Y'all can wear the same black dress and no one would never know it if you're changing the hair, changing the jewelry, all of those things. A suit for a man,
It's
a
gonna you
costume
can tell
is
it.
noticeable. And every time, like we can't just buy a suit and go out there barefoot. We gotta get the shoes, we gotta get the right accessories. So it's a life. But that's contingent upon who you are as an entertainer. If
Right.
you take that level of artistry and craft serious. So when it comes to femininity versus masculinity, it doesn't bother me. Whatever people's perception is, hey, I'm a farmer. Whatever they thoughts are, I'm a farmer. Ebony, Duval, Westland, Sweetheart, Renaissance, Black America, Black Con, on and on, Black America, on and on. So they
You have a
they they appreciate what
very
they see.
long resume.
Did I say Westland? Yeah.
Yes, you did. You said Westland.
I want nothing
How do
from no
you?
D West. He'll give it. Oh girl, you didn't mention West.
Yes, you know how he is.
Yes.
We're doing this thing now where everything is all inclusive. We're just letting everyone compete. How do you feel about MIs or trans men competing against you?
I honestly don't know how to feel Trinity because
Mhm.
I felt like we created divisions for that. Um, so if they are, and I guess it's just the level of comfortability with them if they're okay with competing against
Mhm.
cisgendered men or cisgendered women.
Mhm.
The MIN, I mean trans. I'm sorry. If cisgendered women, trans men, if they're okay with competing against cisgendered men, then okay. I'm not one to knock it, but I thought that was the purpose of us
Purpose of
creating
them.
the MIs and the
Yeah, that's what it was
Mr.
kind of
Division.
it kind of confused me at Duval this past June when
Hmm.
a film had competed. And I was like, what so there's no need for the division if y'all are gonna make it all inclusive. So just get rid of film and MI and then just, but I
But
guess
I also think, like, as a competitor, I can only imagine they feel like it's more limelight shed on the Miss and the Misters, right?
Okay,
Like
I can.
you
Okay,
can
good
be
point.
like, because the M and Femi is like, it's only so many you have, right? So many contests that you can compete in. It's not like it's 50 of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 max probably. So
Mm-hmm.
once you've accomplished a great deal of those, you still want that feeling of euphoria. You still
Yeah.
want to perform. You still want to reign. You know, if there's another avenue where I can compete to be Mr. Duval or Miss Duval,
Mm-hmm.
then hey, and mainly if I'm Miss Duval, that's a whole nother level of exposure. You know,
Yeah.
look at Glam. She is Miss Black America. You know, never in 40 something years has that happened. So you talk about history making, you know, I think that's part of that evolution and
Yeah.
us evolving as a community.
Right. Where is your take on Madness Mondays? Every pageant, you're going to have all the timelines going crazy, especially if something doesn't go the way the masses feel it should go. What is Taco's take on it? Do you indulge or you just read and
I
you just
don't.
move on?
I don't. You
Okay.
I don't. I do read it though. And
Hmm.
sometimes I cackle. Sometimes I
Yeah.
call Serenity and fall. I'll be like, bitch, did you, you know, sometimes I call Tarika like, Miss Thing, did you? But I don't indulge in it. It is mind blowing to me that the most opinionated people about the art form are the people that have never touched the stage.
R1.
Are one to that event. And while I value voice, right? I always talk about advocacy and voice. And I think like everyone has a voice in the space, right? You don't have to touch a stage to know pageantry. You don't have to touch a stage to know right or wrong. But there is nothing no one can tell Valentino, who have not even given it a shot and know what it feels like to walk in these shoes, would tell me about the work that I'm doing in regard to pageantry.
Right.
Um, I can listen, but I think like the what you call it, Madness Monday,
Hmm.
Monday Madness.
Hmm.
I've seen it tear people at the seams. Some people because we're just ready to destroy them. She was the fool. She was this. She was that. And where did she do this? And where did she do that? Oh, he did this. He did that. He knew he. Instead of like, if those are your true sentiments, because here's what's not going to happen to Taco. If I get on stage and I'm not fortunate to win, and you guys go live Monday and you think you gonna roll me out, but then when you see Taco, you, hey brother, bitch, I'm gonna lay you to rest. I'm gonna lay you to rest, and I'm not gonna respond on your post. I'm gonna do it to your face,
Right.
just in case you need to see me in another capacity. I'm gonna tell you to your face, because my thing is, well, bitch, when they slid that Regions Bank card, when they slid that Navy Federal Bank card, I know I said that with Carter. It didn't
Right.
say Trinity Black. It didn't say this one. It didn't say that. So why are you so opinionated about what I chose to do? If I wasn't successful, I have to deal with the blunt of that. Let me process that. But
Right.
you don't know people's mental state. Mental state. I saw Taboo Octavius. I think that's his stage name. He recently did North American Newcomer, and he talked about the fulfillment pageantry brings him. And he was saying how people are so quick to try to tear him down, but they don't know like he needs pageantry. He does this to cope with his mental because life is really hard for him. And I got teary eyed behind it because I'm like, wow, that's not my plight.
Right.
To know that people have a sense of urgency that they have to do this to find fulfillment in life. And we have tore this person down. Like that child could have literally got off that live and took his life.
And took his life. Yeah. People,
You know, because
you
it
don't, you know.
becomes overwhelming,
Yeah.
but I don't indulge in that foolishness.
Right.
I'll be lying if I say I didn't cackle a time or two, laugh. I do see it when I get a chance, but I don't indulge in it.
You know, one of the biggest topics right now is drag or male lead dying and why numbers are down. And although I don't definitely don't think it's dying, numbers have been on a lot of decrease in every system. We can't just say the black systems, in every system. Do you have a specific reason why you feel that is such?
I think equity. Um,
Hmm.
I don't think people are willing to gamble on a chance anymore and not feel like they have a fair shot.
Hmm.
Um, it is. I don't think it's dying, but the numbers are extremely low. I don't think it's a loss of passion. I think it's a loss of trust.
Mm.
It's hard to go into a space and feel you have a shot, or if this person shows up just because they are Trinity Black, they are Raquel or Valentino, or they're going to automatically give it to them. I think
Mhm.
the rightful person of that night is deserving and should be crowned. And I think as pageant promoters and judges, it is our duty to do our job and ensure that the right people are deserving of those moments, who are deserving of those moments, get them. And so that will restore the integrity, the loss of trust. That would, because it gives hope, right? Um,
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
to my point, to person, I literally just said, like, I want to see and get that feeling this year to if I can look and say, yeah, I agree. Okay, they got it right. I want to feel that, right, as a patron, right? And so it is a decline in numbers. And it's also like there's so many freaking pageants. Like every other fucking day, it's a pageant. And people don't have the resources. Like this is, and we talked about the economy at the start of the interview. People don't have the resources. People don't have the time. But I think the biggest piece is just trust and a lot of distance.
L- Last week was a huge topic on social media about preliminary. What was so interesting about that topic was it wasn't the preliminaries to Continental USA, Gay America, EOI. It was just specifically the universe preliminaries, which I found to be odd because these continental prelims only be having one person too, and we don't never talk about that. Do you feel across the board, not just specifically at Black Universe, everywhere, do you feel as though preliminaries are helpful, or do they just harm the system more when you have to put on
Um,
this
I
huge
s-
production and only one person show up
yeah,
or no
yeah.
people show up?
Um, I think maybe strategically as a system, like um, I think preliminaries are essential. I know that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the benefits of a reign. It's one way to gauge your contestants. It's
Mm-hmm.
one way to add momentum and excitement about the upcoming weekend or event. So I do think there's a need. It certainly keeps your reigning monarchs um, focused, laser focused on those events, knowing they have to be here, knowing that there's work here, XYZ. But I think like there should be some collaboration with maybe two two preliminaries could potentially combine and have it as one. If it, I don't think it makes sense to have 12 preliminaries and you have six people showing up.
Right.
Um, I don't think business wise is not financially feasible.
Mm.
And to your end, like as a promoter of a brand, that's a tremendous loss on investment to
Yeah,
invest all
it
of this money
absolutely
and
is.
literally no one comes or one
No.
person comes. But I do see the benefits of having them. I don't think they should go away. I just think we need to be more strategic in our implementation of them. Maybe not so many,
Mhm.
and actually like, yeah, maybe one huge, maybe two, three, four, depending on like your numbers.
Someone made a post saying that you should already be ready. You should have stuff in your closet for the preliminaries, and you should be ready. And if you don't, then are you even ready to be that title? I don't necessarily agree with that
No,
because
no, no.
um, if I'm in, and Yasha will tell you this was the conversation at Continental's interview. We don't have any preliminaries in Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, or Alabama. So I'm traveling 8 hours just to do a preliminary.
To get
And to
three hundred
me,
dollars that night.
yeah, yeah. Well, I got five, but still, the time that I spent and the money that I spent just to do it, that could have honestly been a category.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily agree with that. I think
Me
that some,
personally, I don't like preliminary. I don't. I prefer if I could just walk up and show up, I
yeah,
would.
that was
But I
what I was going to
understand
ask you.
that
Do you think that
what the
they should be
process
open?
is.
Do
No,
you
I
think
would
that
if I could walk up, I would just walk up.
yes? That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think that it should just open and you have to have a deadline? Or your entry fee has to be a little bit more opposed to the person that traveled and did the prelim? Do you think that's
I
fair?
think that's fair. I
Okay.
think that's fair.
Okay, gotcha. What is Taco's least favorite category?
Presentation.
Depending on what it is, though, right?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I just feel like they're always the same. Like
Okay.
it's either white, black. In the older days, where like you were able to embody some creativity, but
Mhm.
now it's just like a color. And
How, you being educated, intelligent, and know how to talk, how do you feel about now systems are starting to eliminate interview in question?
I think it's a disservice to the reps,
Mhm.
because if they are the faces and the voices for your system, you want to be sure that you have adequately equipped those people to be able to speak, and not just on a mic for a walk, but in forums. Like, for instance, a pageant like Renaissance, a pageant like Black America, where it's heavy on community service, community engagement, advocacy. Like, you have to speak, you have to be able to articulate. And I think it's a disservice to where we know, oh, they're gonna look good, but baby, she gonna get up there and she ain't gonna say a whole bunch of nothing, or he ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, you know how we do? Oh, girl, here this dummy go. You know, some people can't even announce themselves on a mic when they're doing a walk. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm competitive. I'm sorry, I'm the reigning Mister. Be like,
The current
so
reigning.
right, you want it, that
I
that's
hate
part
that.
of pageantry. Yeah, like oxymoron. Current and reign is the same thing, right? I think it's a disservice to that person, and to that point, to your point, like, if we are vested in the system and we want to be a part, then we're gonna take that just as serious as the other categories. If that's
Right.
an area you need improvement on, then you need to connect with some people who can help you grow in that capacity. But to take it away from the root of what had a certain prestige to systems,
Mhm.
I think is a disservice.
You know, I often argue with Benny about taking away the question at Black America. He was like, "Well, it's not fair that a person can be winning the pageant, they get the question, they lose." That's part. What do you mean?
It was fair for 30 years.
It was, girl, you know they was trying to get, they was trying to get some people in, so they took that question out. We're moving on. What is your favorite category?
Sportswear.
Sportswear. Julian, you are one of his muses. Would you call yourself such?
Absolutely. I don't have no money now because of Julie. I'm still recuperating from 2 years ago.
I asked your dad this. Have y'all ever clashed? Have they ever clashed? Have you and Julian ever clashed on a design?
Yes, so I don't know if you remember when Janasia had this mustard sportswear with the black patent leather.
I do. Yeah, I
She
remember
had
that
the,
sportswear.
well, he was supposed to make, I wanted this, the design was amazing. He did the design right, but the fabric color, I was like, Julian, this is not what we discussed. And we
Mm.
had it out. He had made the entire suit. And I was like, I'm not wearing that. And he had to remake me a new suit. And it ended up doing, I ended up loving the new suit. But yeah, we had a, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's the
And
fashion
my
trend?
thing, like, we always clash too sometimes, because Julian is one. He's not gonna send you no pictures. He's
Oh,
not, and I'd be like, I need to see what the fuck you doing. Like, I need to
he like, I
look at
got
my
this.
stuff.
I got
Yes,
this.
yes. So yeah.
Okay. What's a fashion trend in male lead that you wish would stop?
I think I'm guilty of it, but I
Oh,
think I wear it right. The
okay.
the boots.
The boots. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
The little
Well,
salsa
if you can't
country.
walk in them, definitely needs to stop.
But yes, I just think, like, it just looks awkward. Like, you have a cat suit on.
Mhm.
Like, some entertainers have a cat suit on, but have the little boots on, and the boots are tucked in the cat suit. So it just looks so awkward. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
I think if you wear it right, but I wish that trend. You're talking in terms of fashion, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the
Okay.
boots. Um, and nothing's wrong with a nice loafer and a nice
Mm.
Oxford and a
Mm.
regular boot.
Describe Randall Smith in one word.
A evil bitch.
That's two words.
Oh, evil,
only
demonic.
because you, only because you. We love Randall. We love him.
That's my listen. Randall. So Randall, it's interesting. Renaissance was the first ring where I had like 9 preliminaries. And
Wow.
so, yes. So I was fortunate to reign with Brittany Moore. And Brittany
Mm.
Moore had all of those connections at Hamburger Mary's in Daytona Beach and Tampa. We had like 3 preliminaries at both. Plus, I was like, oh my God. And he would always say, well, you signed up for it. I was like, I can't get off work. He said, bitch, if you're not there, you're going to be dethroned.
Oh gosh. Oh, he was threatening.
Yeah. But listen, I can call Randall for
Hmm.
anything. He's another person that gives sound counsel.
Yes.
You would not, like, he understands my plight in certain places and spaces. And
Mm.
he's another one, that's crazy. Westland, Duval, and Renaissance are the pageants that I was only fortunate to become because of what I had experienced at competing at NBU. They were literally less than a month away, so I went
Wow.
to each of those. Mm-hmm.
Destiny. Um, would you say that you are seen in this community?
Seen in what context?
Like you, I know you had your grievances with being first runner up and
mm-hmm.
all of that. But do you think that you are an asset? Do you think that people see you as excuse me, as Valentino rather, and say, okay, he'll be a good king, or he will do this for this? Do you think you're seen?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I get an influx of messages,
Mhm.
encouragement whenever we're out. I would love to have you as my
Okay.
king. People always for me the joy is the up and coming entertainer.
Hmm.
When they're posting, they're tagging like their top five, and I'm in there, and they're just
Hmm.
speaking so highly of me and my style and my innovativeness into what I contribute to the art form. Is the most rewarding. It goes back to me comparing my students walking across the stage for graduation.
Hmm.
Um,
Gotcha.
and it's not validation seeking, right? It's just a great feeling to know that it is appreciated and it is seen, and that there are people who aspire to achieve and accomplish things that you have.
Okay. Describe greedy in one word.
My messy sister.
You keep saying two words.
You did say one word. Taka, where's your comprehension skills educator? Okay, one word. Let me real.
Yeah.
So I say real because I'm gonna relate her continental journey
Mm.
to mine, and so we share same sentiments, but
Hmm.
just in different spaces in life. Like um, the ebony is one
That's
I
who
know.
greedy is, y'all. In case y'all
Yeah,
didn't know the
the
name,
I'm
but
sorry.
okay. Yeah, the
The ebony is one I can guarantee 2-3 times out of the week she gonna message me something stupid or
hmm
text me something stupid.
Send you something through the Instagram, one of them damn
Yeah,
reels.
listen. If I have anything, whether she talks to me or not, or if I send it to her, she's there.
Mhm,
Um, she is a constant in my life.
mhm.
She is a constant. She is real. The ebony, like the ebony would tell me, she's the one sister. Like Yesh, this is Yesh. You know, you have your good angel and your bad angel. So
Mhm.
Yesha is, give it one more shot, brother. I'm telling you, you're gonna do well. Oh, the ebony is like, girl, fuck them people. You,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
give
yes,
them some time to
yes.
miss. Girl, fuck them people. Give them some time to miss you. Bitch, you don't even own your home, and you sitting up there putting this money. That's
That's
the ebony.
her.
And
That's
this
her.
is Jason, but you're gonna own your home. So the ebony is that voice of reason. Like
Do you
she's
think?
real.
Do you think she'll ever return to Continental? Your perspective, do you think she'll ever return?
So the agreement I share with her is, if you ever go back, I'm definitely going back. And I feel
Okay.
like I think she's gonna go back.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Mount Rushmore. This has become
Oh,
one of our favorite questions. Give me four male leads that you would put on your Mount Rushmore. Unfortunately, you cannot put anybody that is considered your father. So appear Rossi can't go on there.
Tarico.
Yes.
Oh, number one, Darius Black.
Okay.
And I'm giving a holistic, like I'm talking about the entertainer, the
Uh-huh.
as a king, like
Yeah.
the aesthetic, the appearance, everything. Darius Black, rest his soul. He was who he was, and I don't think his legacy gets talked about often, but I'll forever be grateful for his contribution. Joe Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So I have
Absolutely.
Darius, Joe Jackson, Rayshawn Montrese,
Okay.
and uh, Antoine Steele.
Okay. Gotcha. That's a good list. It's a good list. You're the first male lead that did not say Alphonse.
Oh, really?
Every male lead has always came in here and said Alphonse.
Well, I don't know if it's because that's like I think Alphonse, like That's one of my best friends. So
Right.
absolutely an amazing entertainer. If I could add, there are only four,
Yeah.
but if I
Well,
could
but
add
you,
another five,
honorable
then
mention.
Paul, yeah, he's definitely an honorable mention, and he's definitely someone who's played a pivotal role in my career as well as I've come along to be pivotal in his latter part of competing, latter years of competing. Um, but I only chose those people because those are like your unsung heroes, right?
Hmm.
Like to your point, like Fonzie is a given for most, right? Because he's Fonzie and he's still relevant. So,
Hmm.
but when I think about a Mount Rushmore, the standard is the standard, and these are people who, when I first became an entertainer, Darius probably was the most instrumental to my career.
Hmm.
Out of those individuals, so I have a great depth of gratitude, and um,
I
when I think
think, and I
about
also think a lot of times when I pose the question, they're thinking of who's relevant in the moment. So when you
yeah,
say Joe Jackson, I do believe that if he was still alive, he probably would be
yes,
on a lot of millions.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
So I definitely agree with that. Describe Daphne Dupree in one word. One word.
Rose,
Okay. What is
Rose.
this rose? Because she keep putting it in the comments.
Okay, so we were. I don't know if y'all saw the video. Paula posted it. I'm gonna go find it. We were at the nail shop or whatever, and I took Paula to the nail shop with me, and we were waiting. So I kept telling Paula, I said, "Girl, I said this bitch burning inside of my face." She just kept staring. The lady kept staring. She just kept staring. So we, I'm paying in nooch or whatever. So she leaned over and she whispered something to her. I said, "Lord, the fuck you all in my face for?" And she was like, "Cause I could look, I could look." I said, "Yeah, you can look, cause I'm something to look at, you ugly bitch." And she said, "I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at her because I know." I said, "You lie." I said, "You burned this out of my face." So as I was fussing with the lady, her friend was in the chair hollering, "Rose!" That was the lady's name. "Rose, stop, please. Rose, Rose, let's go, Rose."
Oh, okay. Well, that's where that come from. Okay, Rose better get back.
but Rose, yeah, Rose, baby, listen, and I don't fight women, but baby, all I one call, sisters was
Right.
pulling up.
Rose better get back.
But Rose, if I could support,
Support.
like,
Listen, listen. Speaking of support, baby, it was the last year that the last time Debbie went to college.
she was crying.
That woman was sitting front row.
When
They
she,
called my sister out for a
oh,
second. That bitch said, oh.
when she got up and left.
When she got up and left, I said, "Oh my God, you need people like Daphne in your corner." She said, "Oh, second, bitch, let me get the fuck up out of here."
But her support,
Support. Okay.
listen, me and Paula, yeah, me and Paula have such a history. Paula is the one person out of like everyone I have had the most experiences with, like
Hmm.
either doing something crazy,
Hmm.
watching this hoe do something crazy, kicking in this hoe door trying to get my props. Like,
Oh, oh,
my Rose is a rider. Like her
right,
support, and when you have Daphne in your corner, you have someone solid,
right.
and she's gonna say, "No, well, Rose, you could have tweaked this. No, Rose, this that." Um,
She gonna get the
it's just
person that lip.
yeah.
That's what she gonna do. Are you a former platinum icon?
No, I
Okay.
was interested in platinum, but I didn't know it was a 5 month hold.
Oh,
And so
and you want to do 10? Yeah.
what I want to do is would be during that time, that
Okay.
duration.
Okay. What would you how would your kids describe you? What would they say about you?
So it depends on which one you ask.
But
Cause
overall, what would they say about
oh, um, a father.
you? Okay.
Like
Are
I'm
you
there.
are you hard on them? Are you a
I am. I
okay?
am. I am. I have an expectation, right? And for me, it's winning in life.
Yes.
So when the show started overwhelming my baby, I was like, this will not consume you.
Mhm.
You have to do something. And then she started working for an agency, and then she talked to me about her wanting to do become a flight attendant in some
Right.
challenge that she saw. But um,
Yes.
good, better, best. You know the
Whatever the speech
rest.
is.
Um, I think some of my kids may say I'm mean. Some of my kids may say I don't fool with them, but overall they'll say I'm a father. I have to create boundaries with everyone, right, to protect my peace. And that's okay. It doesn't change my love, doesn't change my heart, the way I see them, the way I support them, the way I will show up for them, despite whatever.
Right.
But I always tell my teachers, just this phrase I say, step back, step up. So I step back to reevaluate the situation before I step back up. And when I step back up, my approach is different. And so with my kids, they are my world. My kids have been my rock. They have traveled this nation with me on countless dreams. They dance for me on countless dreams. But they would probably say I'm a great father. I know they would say I'm a great father. There is
Right.
nothing I wouldn't do for my children.
One of my most favorite talents of yours is when you did Black America that year. You had the people coming through the audience and the whole second line. I thought was that your creativity, or did you leave that to someone else to create?
No, every talent I had produced, I've created literally everything. So let me tell you this little story, and I'll make it short. I'm always, Julian will tell you, I'm not going to just let Julian make something for me. I have to, I'm sending pictures. I'm saying, this is what I want. This is how I want. This is the color XYZ. With my talents, I choreograph my talent. The only talents that when I started using Stefan, the company, then I trust his expertise, right? But I've always choreographed my own talents, but they have always been my ideas, song choices, all of those things. But I have a little short story about when I trusted a person one time to do a design for me, and I hated it. I hated it, and I felt like
Did you wear it?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I hated it. I wore it. Did I? I definitely.
Where did you wear it to?
Sweetheart.
Okay.
Sweetheart for sportswear.
Who designed it?
Julie. The construction was perfect, right? You're not gonna get fits or anything. Come on, but the aesthetic wasn't
you.
Wasn't, and I just felt like it was missing something. Like the biker thing. That's not really, but yeah, but that was me trusting. I got the picture from the person. I sent it to Julie, and they was like, "Bitch, you gonna eat this? You gonna eat this and this and that?" And yeah.
You have a long history of being a long resume, excuse me, of titles. So, which queen would you like to reign with again, if you had the chance to?
Bitch, you are messy, sis.
I said, which would you like to reign with? That doesn't mean anything. Just the one that you had fun with.
Can I get one in a like?
You said what?
Okay, so I have to choose just one because
yeah.
I'm going to say Ebony.
Okay. For various reasons, like you said earlier.
Yeah, but if secondary was an option, it would definitely be either Antoinette or Giselle.
Now, which one would you never want to reign with again? And yes, you have to answer it.
But let me tell you why I want to reign with her, because this whole just never, we'll agree on a color, or we'll say we're going to wear this, and she gets saying it's something different. Saria.
Oh. Very, very becoming of her. Yeah.
I'll be like, bitch, this is not. And mind you, we've reigned like 3-4 things in every reign. I'd be like, this hoe. Okay, we're gonna wear this, and yes, this I Rick. I'd be like, bitch, that is not what we say.
And you know what? What's so crazy is she doing people. So what if you would have came over there and did people? Y'all might have won again together. You be like, oh, here we go again.
But
This could be a whole nother Rico and Maya Trinity
I saw
situation.
Saria for her Black America reign.
Yeah,
So
okay.
she's. I think my queen would be listening, be more compromising now.
Okay,
I think she'd be more compromising, but she's
you.
a ball of fun though. And
yes.
we literally drove to pageants to compete together. She did. She came with me to Renaissance to compete. Gay Black Houston to compete. So that's my bitch. But reigning with Saria, I'm like, this whole here. But
Taka, I haven't asked this question in a while, so let me bring it back for you. You said who your Mount Rushmore were. Give me 2 or 3 male leads that you see will have longevity in this community. They don't have to be newcomers, but they're definitely guys that you see. Oh yeah, he's gonna be here for a while. I like his style. I like his look. I like him on stage and pageantry. Who would you say the two or three would be for you?
Hassan.
Mm-hmm.
What's Hassan's last name? Is it Davenport?
St. Patrick.
St. Patrick. Okay, Hassan. Hakeem Davenport.
Okay.
I think, and one more. What's the Marcel, the Duval newcomer?
Okay. He just
Didn't he
won his
just
freedom
win
last night in the
something? Huh?
USA.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So we've been on here I told you 1 hour, and we've been on here 2 hours and 30 minutes. But that typically happens when you have people that know how to have great conversation. So in that 2.5 hours, I've learned a lot about you that I did not know, and I'm sure your audience has too. But is there any topic that we didn't talk about that you might have wanted to lay to rest, put out there, or bring to the light?
No, I just think there was a lot of speculation around NBU.
Yeah. And so we for clarity, because we know people don't always comprehend. That's a trait that's lost. He's never said he's not going back to Continental ever. He just said right now. I mean, I'm sorry, Lord Jesus, they talking about me. Lord. Oh Jesus. He never said he's not going back to NBU ever. What he said is he needed a break because he didn't feel, I don't want to put words in your mouth, that you were treated fairly the last time you went. Okay.
Absolutely.
So,
but I'm also, just for add another layer of clarity.
Yeah.
I'm not going this year. That I was contemplating. Certainly, I wanted my king to crown me, but I just have to have a little more certainty. I'm starting to rebuild that trust and talking to him and hearing him, and I had a in-depth conversation with Terrell, so there's some security. I feel a little more there, and I just want to see, like, if I agree like I agree last year with the males, if I'll feel that same way this year.
Well, I do want to say this to you. Kudos for you to being a good sport and coming back to be in Cairo's talent. I thought that it was very admirable of you and Carlos. And it's also, we're looking at the future rulers. That's how I saw it. Was that a hard decision to come back and be in his talent, or was it easy?
It absolutely was. He had to do some, but it wasn't. It was hard, but it wasn't hard because it was him. Mm-hmm. Cairo was my sweetheart newcomer king,
right?
And our band, they used to call us Sweet Heat because they said our mouse. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. How can I say this? Just because it's not in my trajectory doesn't mean that I don't want to see others
get it. Okay, gotcha.
Achieve it. It means just as much to me as it meant to him, right? Mm-hmm. And I know he definitely wanted to be Mr. Black Universe. So throughout his journey, I wanted to be a part of that. So his win was for both of us, right? Gotcha. Tarico's win was for me. Fonzie's win was for me. So it is some fulfillment if it never happens, because
well, let's play a little game. Let's play a little game. Build your court. You're the Mr. NBU. Who's your queen? Who's your plus?
What's left that haven't won? Okay.
Yeah. Just to see where your head is. This is all.
Plus will be you.
Baby, hang that
up. Plus will be you, D'Ebony.
D'Ebony.
Who hasn't?
I can.
Could you give me like some names?
Okay, so let's say I'll give you 5 girls that have not won. Rachel Meredith, Asia Starr, Trinicia, Gia Tejor, and let's say Natasha Braxton.
I would have either one of them.
But you have to pick one. I just want to hear where your mind is with that.
I think mirroring our journeys, like what we've been through there, and when someone has experienced what you've experienced, it makes it even more meaningful. They understand the reward of finally putting in the work, and so
Mhm.
they're passionate and invested. So if I had to choose, I say Gia.
So you saying me, you, and Gia? Okay. Um, no, but no, that's
But
fine. I like. I think that Gia. I think that Gia
but
would be
but
great with you, though.
but with Rachel, I've reigned with Rachel before,
Mhm.
and Rachel is a ball of fun. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't mind. Asia is my niece. I think Asia is beautiful. I think Trinisi is an amazing sweetheart. And Natasha, of course, is my teacher. So I would
Yeah.
love
So either
to
one of
reign
them.
with,
Okay.
yes.
Gotcha.
But if I had to choose, it would be Gia. Only because, another reason, when my first preliminary, Gia was my queen.
Oh. Okay.
Capital City Grand. She was my
Yeah.
first NDU preliminary. She was my queen. So
Gotcha. Okay. Um, legacy. When you're long gone, what do you want to be remembered as? Not just as Valentino, but as Mr. Carter. What would you say you would like to be remembered for or as?
I always say the worth is in the work. So WORTH,
Hmm.
and work, WORK. The work, the worth is in the work. So I want to be remembered, my legacy to be my contribution. Um, when we leave, I don't, people will say, oh, he or she smelled good, he or she was stylish, he or she dressed to the nine, he or she were funny, whatever. I want people to say he genuinely cared. He
Right.
believed in children. He pushed children to be their best selves. He believed in family. He believed in community. Um, he was fun, but his life meant, his life was a life of service,
Okay.
because that's literally all I have been doing. Was I've been literally giving so much of me, year after year, year after year. And people always talk about the return on the investment. I feel it is coming. It's heavy as the head that wears the crown, right?
Hmm.
And so it's a lot that you take as a leader. It's a lot you take as an openly black gay leader, right? And I remember being a leader at McDonald 35, which is the oldest African American high school in the state.
Hmm.
And when you have alumni, this is a 107-year legacy. When you have alumni 80 something years old, and you have this young gay principal, they want to see the work, right? Like, who is this man? Like, I went through so much, like the first 3 months of me taking that opportunity,
Right.
but it was one of the most rewarding experiences. And I felt like if I could work there, and I got those people to fall in love with Mr. Carter, I can work anywhere.
Mhm.
So I think my legacy is about, and also what would how I made you feel. People will remember. They'll remember. I'm sorry, they won't remember when you first met them. They won't remember the first hug you gave them, the first text, all of those. But they'll always remember how you made them feel.
Right.
And so I always want people to say, like, oh, I can recall when me and Taco was here and he did this, or I was in a time of need and he was able to support me, or I called Taco and he gave me sound counsel.
Hmm.
Just really, I don't want to be remembered as the fashionista. Like, that's self fulfillment and gratification, right? I want my life to be, my legacy to be the work.
Hmm. The service that you did.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
one word again. Describe your life in its totality at 41 years old.
Complex.
Okay. Hmm.
And
All
I
right.
say complex because I'm still navigating through some things, right?
Mhm.
Beyond pageantry, just in life, careers. Like, I'm at a point where I'm not second guessing like how much longer I want to do this, but I do feel like I want to do something else. Um, I'm at a point in my life where I was open to love. Like, I can like right now I don't want to date. Right?
Mhm.
I'll get to, we can talk, we can converse, but I don't want to date. I'll be willing to go on a date, but then I see like
Nothing exclusive.
relationship, right? Then I see relationships that seem so happy, seem so genuine, and then I'm like, damn, I'm deserving of that, right? Like,
Mhm.
my friend and his partner went to New York for the Jay-Z residency, and I'm just like,
Mm.
I can't get a nigga to go to Gulfport with me, you know. But So I say complex because there's a lot of things that internally
Mhm.
I have to do that would reflect a different or yield differently exterior on the
Oh,
exterior.
okay.
Um,
That, that's
so
that's that's pretty admirable. Yeah, complex.
I
Gotcha.
think like a lot is overwhelming. Just finding, I said that earlier to the other leaders in the room in our network, we had to give one word of what are we optimistic about and what we plan our lens in going into the new school year. And I said balance. Like
Mm,
I can't be bottled with culture. I can't just always be meeting with deans and parents. I'm missing the instructional leader that I am because I
mm.
can't get into the classrooms to support teaching and rigor because I'm meeting in conferences. So like literally trying to find a balance in my everyday life. So
Balance.
yeah, I would say complex.
Okay. Balance. All right. So before I ask the last question, where can, well, you got school coming up. So where will you be next? Where will the community be able to see you next?
I'll give a okay. I'll give a
Not
okay.
ne-
I'll
no, no,
give
not necessarily in competition. Just where will you be? Where will you,
um continental.
Okay, so you will be a
Um,
continental.
I'll be a continental.
Mm.
Um, but I will say this: what I am, if anyone, um, I remember Tarico, and I thought you were gonna ask me questions about his crazy ass. But he called me and asked me about the board. I don't know what it's called, the donation board. I don't know what like
Yeah,
people.
the money boards. Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely. I was like, well, people always reaching out and saying what they want to do. So if like go with it. But I am contemplating. I want to go to Gay US of A.
Okay.
Um, I'm torn between there and one more, and I don't want to. I don't want to. Only reason why I'm not going to say the other one because I know that if certain people here, because I know who's rumored to compete, they're going to feel like it's automatically getting. And I just don't want that type of
But you've already said King, so
anxiety.
but it's not King because you've already
It's
said
not
you
key.
was. You'll tell me. Let me say this, but it was rumored that you were supposed to do in North America. That was just a rumor, though, right? There wasn't any truth to that.
I never said that. Let me tell you. Let me
They
tell you
put
something.
both of us in the pageant, and we was not
Listen,
doing
sister.
it.
Mariah will tell you. Mariah was trying her hardest to be like, bro, are you coming, girl? I can get you a little. I can find a flight. I was like, baby, it is Essence Weekend here. Ain't
Right.
moving. Ain't moving. So
I like that. Um, and the thing about those money boys, and I want to say this to the people that's watching and will watch, don't be scared. I actually was the one that started those in 2024 when I did Westland, and then it kind of ran from
I
there.
remember. I
Listen,
supported.
y'all, don't be scared because you will be surprised who may not be on social media and know that you're doing a contest and want to support you. I'll never forget, I went to Continental and I was able to get it. And even on my way home, people were still sending me money like, you got to get home for gas, get you some lunch. So don't be afraid. Don't let nobody let y'all talk y'all into that's a begging situation or you're cheap because you have a money board. No, people want to support you. And this is just another, it's no different than you saying, I want sponsorship or getting on the phone or having a benefit show. What's the difference? So don't let anyone discourage y'all from the money boards. So Rico did the right thing because I'm more than sure a lot of things can get paid for with those money boards.
Absolutely.
Um, how did he be really quick? 3 minutes left. How did he become your father? Talk about that since I didn't actually get to it.
So Tarico became my father because of Danny. Him and Danny were lovers.
Right. Oh
Sayaz
wait,
was my.
what? What? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So that was the
Okay.
lover he didn't want to talk about on when he came on like 2 weeks ago. Because remember he
I
said I was in a relationship, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to reveal who it was. Who it was.
He was
Thanks,
referencing
Taco.
me.
I knew I got the right person on.
Oh, he was referencing me. Yeah, it's
No,
Danny.
he was
So,
referencing Danny.
oh yeah.
Okay.
So well, Sayaz is my original father.
Okay.
But Sayaz started off as my godfather.
Okay.
Danny was my uh
Gay father.
father,
Drag father.
and Sayaz started playing more of an integral role in my life, and so he naturally became my father. But Tarico, Danny called. Like, let me tell you something about my daddy. There is no decision he's going to make without telling Taco.
Okay.
So he was like, "Hey, I'm getting to know this guy, and I want you to meet him, but I don't want you to be a jerk to him, and this and that." And I was like, "Who?" And he was like, "His name is Tarico." And I was like, that boy that did that pad jealous. I was like, that small ass boy. You know, I was like, girl, what's like? I was
What's
like, girl, what is
good?
going on with you? And he was like, but yeah, he's a great person, XYZ, whatever. So Tarico was Mr. Black American newcomer, and they came down to New Orleans for a preliminary. And
Mm-hmm.
he had reached out. This is how old it was. MySpace was open, girl.
Mm-hmm.
He
Oh,
had reached out and he was like, "Hey, I would love to meet you and hang out with you." Danny told me to connect with you and XYZ. So I went to the pageant, of course, and we went hung out afterwards at the Airbnb, and I fell in love.
oh,
We had great conversation, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 you're my son." And so at first, Danny, like, I think Danny saw us getting, and he was like, "Hold it, bitch, you're getting too close." And so
right,
what I do appreciate is that Danny, even when they severed ways, Danny never made me feel like I had to choose to drop him.
right.
You
Okay.
know, and Tarico, the embrace. But yeah, so
Oh,
that's how.
you spilled some tea tonight. I didn't know
Yeah, girl,
that.
they was lipstick lovers.
Yes, clearly. So every we ask every guest, I keep saying we like Wendell's still here, but every guest to give us a nugget to take with us the rest of the week, something that gets you through life. It doesn't have to be anything that has to do with male lead, but what gets you through the day of rough and hard times that you can give to your audience to take on the rest of this week.
Oh, I would say to move forward forever and backwards never. I think the beauty of life is that it is unpredictable. So many things can happen. We design in our minds how our life should be and how it's going to play out, but God ultimately reveals His plans
Mhm,
and paths for our lives. While I don't, when I say forward forever, like it's about continuous improvement and growth, right, in life,
mhm,
and that's a holistic approach. As a person,
mhm,
as a friend, as a lover, confidant, colleague, whatever, to just always move forward. And when I say backwards never,
mhm,
is that life wasn't designed to move backwards, but you hold on to those things in retrospect so you know where to never return to. But let that serve as a driver, right? Like,
mhm,
I've been through this experience. I don't ever want to put myself in that space again. So
mhm,
now that I have this background knowledge, I know to move and navigate differently throughout life. It is going Life is hard and
mhm.
it's uncertain. We don't know, like, Lord forbid, we're on this call down having a great time, and then this could be the end for either one of us or any viewer watching. But
Right.
want to always just try your hardest to just move in life with intentionality and to keep
Mhm.
moving forward. There are going to be times where you get knocked down. You got to
Yeah.
keep going. You got to get, it's going to be tough. And
Yeah.
that's the testament that I have to tell myself daily, even just thinking about like certain opportunities in my career. Like, why wasn't I considered for a CEO position? And I just think everything is about God's timing and you being able to handle the loads and the burdens and the barriers that come with that. So always move forward, forever, and backwards never.
Okay. Well, Taco, thank you for 2 hours and 46 minutes of conversation. We were able to get to know
It's really
you.
been that long,
Yeah,
Jesus.
a little bit differently. You revealed some things, you cleared up some things, and you definitely spoke on some great things. This will stay up on Facebook for 30 days, but it'll be on YouTube forever. So if anyone is late or you want to refer anybody to either or, they can always go watch it. I will. My preliminary is that Thursday, so I probably most likely stay in Chicago for Continental. So I'll see you there. Um, Other than that, wherever you choose to go, whatever you uh help you need from my platform, just inbox me, whether it's a flyer or what have you. Me post anything, I got you. And I just thank you for this conversation.
Thank you, sis.
It's been a long time coming
It has,
because
right?
everybody doesn't want to. It's a list of people that are like, Trinity, I just can't. I can't. I don't want to. If I start talking, I'm gonna tell the truth, and it's gonna hurt some feelings. And I get it. So, but when I came to you, you was like, yeah, ho, I'm coming on to talk. So yeah, I hope I didn't catch you off guard with certain stuff
No,
because
it was
it's
actually much
never,
easier
it's
than I
never.
thought.
Yeah, it's never, this platform is never to be messy. If you got tea for us, cool. But I don't ever want to come off as messy. We want to be able to tell your stories because unfortunately, we have so many people that we lose and we never hear where
Right.
they started, where they come from, and stuff like that. We have booked people that have passed away before we've gotten to them. Kitty Litter was one of them. Desiree DeMornay was one of them. So Their stories
I
will never
remember
be
you
told
sharing
from
that.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but thank you again, and I will see you in September. Since you ain't gonna be at the
Yeah.
Ebony, and you ain't gonna you ain't gonna be at People. Stuff like that.
Yeah, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. And
It's
thank you
okay.
to the viewers. I can't see. I'll
Yes,
go back and read some comments. I'm
they
sure y'all
definitely
were
were here
rolling.
supporting, child. New Orleans is in the house.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Nola. I love y'all.
All right, you
All
going to
right,
the
I'm going to
bar?
take some medicine, huh? No,
You going
I'm
to the bar?
I'm still I'm going to take some more Mucinex PM and
Okay.
take a shower and call it a night. I have to be back for PD date number 2.
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, we'll
Yeah.
talk. Thank you so much.
All
All
right,
right.
guys.
All right, there you have it. We have the Val Doll, aka Valentino. Great conversation. We love when guests have conversation. So really quick, next week we have a guest, and then we have a guest after that. I will end um July. I'm gonna take a little break. I just need a break. So we'll be gone for probably about 6 weeks. And then we'll be back with some more of our entertainers to finish out the year. This weekend again is Christopher Higgins. He's the owner of Black America, his 60th birthday party. So if you're in Atlanta, please go support that. Also, it is the NBU prelim Love State. I think that is LaBelle and Albion. So if you're in Virginia or you want to go to Virginia to support them, do that. Those are the two things that are coming up this weekend. Don't forget, Ebony is next weekend in Atlanta, the 25th and 26th, honoring Chastity, Pierre, and the newcomers. So if you want any information on that, hit them up. And of course, Peoples is August the 2nd, honoring Rico Chappelle, Amaya Glamazon, and myself. Come out to Concord, North Carolina, and support them. We thank you all. I thank you all for always tuning in and sharing and supporting the guests that we have. I will see you all next Tuesday with. She's very interesting. I can't wait to have this conversation with her. And I know you all will enjoy it. But until then, y'all be safe, be kind, love those who love you, support those who support you, and mind your business. Have a good night.